You really do have to wonder, don't you? Honestly, why this abortion thing gets them all worked up into, oh my God. It's the women's right to choose. Yeah, sure. Uh-huh. Yep, certainly is. What about a man's right? No. You shouldn't have sex. You evil bastard. Alyssa Milano, actor and influencer. Alyssa Milano led the charge against strict abortion laws in Georgia and Louisiana. Now the so-and-so activist is speaking out against what she's dubbed the Texas Taliban for the state's new abortion rules, calling it a forced pregnancy law rather than an anti-abortion law, backing a Hollywood-driven boycott of companies that donate to Texas politicians' campaigns. Forced pregnancy law, really? What about the forced fatherhood laws in this country? Oh, it's different? I see. It's a different thing. I see. Yeah. I was just listening to Rollo Tomasi. Interesting. He had the his discussion was, we live in a gynocentric society. We don't live in a patriarchy. We live in a gynocentric society. I mean, this would be one obvious thing. Women have reproductive rights. Men do not. You see. Government could force men to become fathers, depending on her. Well, wait a minute. Hamster, she's got to have the baby for 9 months. Take her over 18 years. Well, he has to pay for 18 years. So, she doesn't have to have a baby. She chooses to. However, a man does not have the option to not become a father, except, of course, to not have intercourse or to use 15 forms of birth control. Oh, that's right. There's only really 1 or 2 forms of birth control for men, 18 for women. And abortion. And adoption. And abandonment. Firehouse. Bring the kids off. Safe zone, right? Now, I suppose a father could do the same, bring to the fire station, but sure. I don't think that would ever happen. But so here's what Alyssa Milano has to say. I don't know if a Hollywood boycott would do much directly, but a Hollywood-driven boycott of companies which fund the campaigns of Greg Abbott and others like him might hurt more. I don't think Abbott is running again, is he? Maybe I don't know. Milano told the Times in an email interview, the rest of which is below, quote, if unions refuse to shoot ads, or if those of us with big platforms use our voices against the dirty money that feeds this beast, it could be very effective. Milano noted she didn't want to cause harm to the little people. Well, isn't that nice? She would follow the lead of organizations led by women and people of color on the ground in Texas. Who's the Boss? Charm Star. Oh, what was that movie she was in? It was about a vampire, Prince of Darkness or something. Yes. Yeah, you might want to look that one up if you like Alyssa Milano, that is. Now, in Texas, the Broad Act criminalizes abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected, typically around 6 weeks, and gives individuals the right to file civil lawsuits for up to $10,000 against those who provide, seek, or help a woman, come on, please, procure an abortion. Yeah, 6 weeks is, I think this is, again, another Roe versus Wade thing. 6 weeks come on, I mean, if abortion's legal, I'm not saying I like it, but if it's legal, come on, 6 weeks, please. You don't even know you're pregnant. I mean, honestly, pretty silly. So what else did she have to say? Oh, that's right. You can't see this new one, can you? She's also urging the Senate to get rid of the filibuster, which, quote, lets a few white men in the GOP. Are there no women in the GOP? No people of color? I guess you're just seeing one type of Republican there, aren't you? Those evil white men. A few white men in the GOP in the Senate hurt women across America. You see, this is where this sort of Borg mindset that every female in this country supports abortion. It's not true. Just, you don't speak for all women, Alyssa. As a matter of fact, in Texas, by the way, as backward ass as you think Texas is, women actually can vote there. Did you know that? Yeah. Not just evil white men, people of color, women, all kinds of people voted. You know who they voted in Texas? The people who passed this law. So does that, I disagree with 6 weeks, but that's apparently what the people of Texas want. Okay? They can unwant it at some point and get different people in there. That can be dangerous because you're going to it's just going to bring in a whole can of worms. Oh, yeah, well, we're going to take care of that law. And, oh, by the way, we're going to bring in some socialism. Of course, Texas is not going to fall for that, likely. But you never know. Times do change, don't they? Well, guys, how drunk is the hamster? Nope, got water. I'm good. M, are those calling Texas Taliban saying that Biden's going to give Texas $85 billion in military hardware? Yeah. That'd be too easy. No. Easy, howdy hamster, hello. Yeah. No. Excuse me. Not drinking. I got water. Delicious. 0 calories and good for you. So go for it. Let's see. So she's talking about boycotting, blah, blah, blah. Earlier this week, the Supreme Court refused in a 5-4 decision to block the state's law banning nearly all abortion. Quote, Abbott and his Texas Taliban have shown over and over and over again that they don't care about women or poor people. Alyssa, people of color, women, poor people, they all get to vote in Texas. Okay? The entire state of Texas is not Austin. Okay? There's a lot of state in Texas. Austin is one little itty bitty, radically blue dot. Happens to be the state capital as well. But all of Texas is not Austin. You see, you might not know that, Alyssa. You've probably been to South by Southwest. Oh, yeah, this is great, man. All these great liberals. Yeah, wonderful. Did you go to the parts of Austin where they crap on the sidewalk and they have homeless people camping wherever they want? No? You go under the bridges on 183. You see all the people under there. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. Wonderful. Abbott, the Texas Taliban, blah, they don't care about women, obviously. And they're racist. We all know this. Come on. They're just a bunch of damn white Republicans. You know how that goes, right? Milano, she's considering a congressional bid in California. Well, I guess when your acting jobs dry up, you got to do something, right, Alyssa? Unlike in 2019, when the progressive activist spearheaded a letter to Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, signed by more than 40 celebrities, that threatened to push film production crews out of the state. Those guys, the gaffers and the grips and whatever the hell they do. Those people won't have a job now, Alyssa. You're freaking happy about that. Are you? Yeah. Threatened to push film production out of the state because of the heartbeat abortion bill. On Friday, another entertainer, Rosanna Arquette. My goodness, what was that last movie she was? Was it one of the Tarantino movies? I think it was. She's pretty good actress. What does she have to say? Rosanna Arquette. I just turned down a film I love because it shoots in Texas. Well, you probably shouldn't do that, Alyssa. You're not really in high demand, or not Alyssa, but Rosanna. Yeah. Acting jobs are probably getting a little thin for you. It's really important we don't hurt the communities who are already hurting by Abbott's failures. Oh, God. And let's top it off with the Chicago Sun-Times. Let me share this with you guys here. Oops, where am I at? There we go. Hold on. Yeah. Share the screen. No audio today, huh? So you'll notice sometimes when something gets started. Now, you guys might not remember this because it's a long time ago, 20-some years ago now, when George W. was running in, I guess it was 2000. And a word that you rarely heard called gravitas, right? Gravity, weight. It was used to describe George W. He just doesn't have the gravitas. As if Al Gore did, right? And from that point forward, every freaking news talking head used the word gravitas as if they got a memo from someone. You know, oh yeah, it just doesn't have the gravitas. All over the news. Back to everybody was using the same word. Well, everybody's using Texas Taliban now, see? Now, this is in the Chicago Sun-Times. I don't know if this is Jesse Jackson, or a different Jesse Jackson, but it's by someone named Jesse Jackson. In total control of the state, Republicans have a free hand that they use to enforce extremism. Isn't it interesting that anything that they disagree with is extreme? Isn't it? When you say to them, well, that kind of sounds a little social. Oh, you're just an extreme, you're a big religious freak or something. But only one religion, to be Christianity. The other ones are fine, right? Mm-hmm. American papers are filled with pundits speculating about the shit show in Afghanistan, how it's going to affect women, men, kids. It's not good, right? As like I said, I was listening to Rollo Tomassi. He says, a clusterfuck of epic proportions in Afghanistan. Absolutely a nightmare. It didn't have to go the way it did. Now, why did it go the way it did? I don't know. I haven't been able to figure out, to strain, to weed out what the hell they did this for. Not sure. I'm not 100% sure. But it's a clusterfuck. Absolutely a clusterfuck. It didn't have to be this way. Why is it this way? Why did they do it? Not sure. Don't want to speculate because YouTube, you know how that is. That's the way they are. Eric Zombro, I will just put your comment up and you guys can read it. Yes. Bridges don't fly. Hey. Yeah. Drop a deuce on 6th Street in Austin before you leave. Oh, God. Yeah, when I was there, and Bridges don't fly, me and Mr. Elite went and had lunch. When I was there, I didn't really run into too many of the really, you don't really want to talk politics that much, right, at work especially. But I really didn't run into anybody who seemed like they were just out of creative. Then again, it's engineering, right? You do get some whack jobs, but engineers tend to be a little more logical thinking. We like answers. That's kind of the way that works. SE's here. Hello. Please do drop a deuce. Big Top Cowboys here. Hello. Yeah, I turned your stream on. I don't know. It just wasn't working right last night. So I'll have to try again. We'll listen to it later, next time you're on. Polska Bob, hamster sober. Yeah. Water. Delicious. I had some beer earlier. I had enough. I was not interested. It's just got some in the fridge, but it's like, I'll actually have to do some work tomorrow on Labor Day. So never did get to what I was supposed to be doing, but we'll see. Anyway, so now Texas Republicans are the Taliban wing of the Republican. I thought all Republicans were Taliban and terrorists and evil. Now I guess the Texas Republicans are even worse. The horror show they're inflicting on the state of Texas In total control of the state, Republicans have a free hand that they've used to enforce extremism. Well, total control of the state kind of sounds like it was a coup, doesn't it? That they took over somehow. Well, they did because people voted them in. People in Texas, women and everything. Yeah, people of color, all kinds of people. They voted in these guys. One would think that they wanted them to pass this law, which I think is kind of it's icky. It's 6 weeks. But that's apparently what they wanted. Now, what they can do is undo it. We've talked about it, right? They can elect some other people and change the law. I mean, it's not like it's written in a tablet coming down from God. Laws can be changed, right? Dubbing them the Texas Taliban isn't just name calling. Ooh. The parallels are chilling to the Taliban, Republican Party of Texas. The Taliban scorn democracy. They see their opponents as heretics and heathens. The Taliban are bigots, rejecting people of other religions. The Taliban enforce a religious zealotry, with suppression of women a central tenet. The Taliban invoke religious law to supplant the civil law. Taliban reject modernity, scorn science, seek So Texas Republicans reject modernity. They scorn science. They seek a return to a fundamentalist society. Wow. Hey, dude, those Texas Republicans, they're bad news, man. They see their opponents as heretics and heathens, really. Greg Abbott sees his political opponents as heretics and heathens. Okay. Taliban scorn democracy. You know, here's the thing, Mr. Jesse Jackson, or Ms., whatever it is here. What you're seeing in Texas is democracy. You just don't like the flavor of it. You want your flavor of democracy, Mr. or Mrs. Jackson. You just don't like other people's flavor of democracy. See, Democrat, you see, elect, vote. These are the people they elected. This is the law they passed. That's what they apparently wanted in Texas. Now consider the Republicans in Texas. They too are afraid of democracy. How can they say they're afraid of democracy? That doesn't even make any sense, does it? I mean, if these people, I suppose, were passing laws that were against what their people voted, I don't know what the hell this guy means. Afraid of democracy. Senator Ted Cruz to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton sought to overturn. Well, we can't even talk about that. YouTube. But I think you can read with your own eyeballs here, right? The big lie. See, democracy is a wonderful thing. Except it sucks when it doesn't go your way, Mr. Jackson, doesn't it? See, it used to be in this country, we would, even Ronald Reagan, even the Bushes, Clinton, used to have, we have disagreements, but we're going to try to work together. And, we're probably going to come up with a compromise, make both sides sort of happy. They're not going to get everything. And we would, have drinks, right? And hey, eat dinner together. What? Not today. No. If you disagree with me, you're Taliban. You're my enemy. You must be removed. Now, going back to the events of November last year, almost a year ago already. Had things gone the other way, they didn't. But say Donald Trump was elected president again, okay? Do you think in those close states the Democrats wouldn't want to count all of the votes? Do you think they would just say, no, pure as the driven snow? When for the previous 4 years, after President Trump was elected. Russia, Russia, Russia. Elections were fraudulent. Blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly they win. Oh, pure as the driven snow. Anyway, that's all I can say about that because Susan's going to be patrolling. Worried about the Republicans are in danger of becoming a minority in the state. Well, it certainly seems like that isn't the case. Mr. Jackson, they have the governor, they have the House, they have the Senate. Majorities. So, you see. So, well, they're worried about it. Mm-hmm. Yes, sure. Governor Abbott and the Republican state legislature just pushed through election suppression measures. Oh, my God. You mean you have to show an ID to vote? Wow. You know, that particular suppression measure was in effect when I voted in Texas. Oh, you have your ID. Yes, we need to see it. Oh, my God. They were trying to suppress my vote. Bullshit. Bullshit. Election suppression measures to make it harder for workers, minorities, seniors, young people, and the disabled to vote. How does showing an ID harm someone who is disabled? How does that even make fucking sense? Who is this person? I don't know if this is the real Jesse Jackson or something else, but my goodness, where the hell does this shit come from? Holy crap. Harder for civic groups to assist people in voting. Easier for partisans to intimidate voters. And open the way for the partisan legislature to overturn election results they don't like. Yeah. Well, if you're in charge in Texas, the Democrats, you're going to love that law, aren't you? I gotta go freaking look at this Texas election. Hold on a minute. What do they have to do? What's the horrible suppression tactics they're using? Election rules or changes. Let's see what it is. Before the legislation is even signed, the state of Texas new voting rules are challenged in 2 federal lawsuits. Well, let's go and look. Harris County, Houston joined the coalition of community and advocacy groups filing lawsuits over Senate Bill 1, arguing the far-reaching rewrite of Texas voting laws violates the U.S. Constitution and numerous federal laws and will suppress voters. Okay. Oh, my God. Let me share that. Hold on. Okay, let's see what the horror show is going on in Texas. I'm sure it's terrible. Oh, you have to show an ID. Oh, MC Hammer. Hello. How are you, man? Long time no see. How's it going? Easy. Remember, the Democrats are starting to freak out about marriage and birth rates. They should be happy more. You know, I think I played something from the Jolly Heretic the other day. And I think his theory is that the radical liberalism that we are seeing today will eventually fade out because they're not having children. Might be the case. Don't know. You know, kind of like idiocracy, right? Smart people don't have any children. 500 years, everybody's pretty stupid. Board election, blah, 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 violates the Constitution. Right. Let's see what happened. Top election officials in Harris County and a host of organizations that serve Texans of color and Texans with disabilities have fired the opening salvos in what is expected to be an extensive legal battle over Texas' new voting law. In separate federal lawsuits filed in Austin, Travis County, gotta love it, and San Antonio, Bear County, by the way. It's spelled Bexar, but they say it's Bear. Coalition of groups in Harris County sued the state over Senate Bill 1 before it was even signed into law, arguing it creates new hurdles and restrictions that will suppress voters and unconstitutionally discourage public officials and organizations from helping Texans exercise their right to vote. Okay. Lawsuits claim the legislation violates a broad range of federal laws. Of course, the Voting Rights Act. Why wouldn't it? Of course it is. Civil Rights Act, Americans with Disabilities Act, the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, and the first 14th and 15th Amendments to the Constitution. Egregiously, Senate Bill 1 takes particular aim at voters with disabilities. How? How does it? Okay, let's read here. Voters with limited English proficiency. Yeah, see, senor. Who in Texas are almost overwhelmingly voters. Wow. Just, ain't no white people in Texas that speak Spanish. Just all peoples of color. Plaintiffs in the Austin lawsuit, blah. Plaintiffs in San Antonio, includes Harris County, raised claims that lawmakers intentionally discriminated against voters of color in pushing the legislation. SB 1 is a far-reaching rewrite of the state's election code, further tightens voting by mail rules, okay, reins in local efforts to expand voting options. Is that like the drive-through voting or something they had? I'm not sure what that, what they're trying in Texas. Excuse me, I've got a frog here. And bolsters access for partisan poll watchers. What's wrong with that? Oh, that's right. You don't want the Republicans to look. You want to look though. I got it. Sets new rules, possible criminal penalties for those who assist voters in casting their ballots. The measure, which awaits Governor Greg Abbott's signature, was pushed by Texas Republicans in the name of election integrity and safeguarding voting fraud and whatever. Plaintiffs attack head. Hold on. The plaintiffs attack head on the lack of evidence that fraud. There's no fraud if they win. See, they being the liberals, but there's always fraud if they don't. See how that works? Let's see. SB 1's new restrictions, voter assistance, including helping voters with disabilities, limited English proficiency. I mean, what does that mean? The ballots have to be in English. Make the ballots in Spanish. So what? If they're citizens, let them vote. Who cares, right? I don't know. The plaintiffs point to the reworked oath that a person assisting a voter must recite. Now under penalty of perjury, that no longer explicitly includes answering the voters' questions. Instead, they must pledge to limit their assistance to, quote, reading the ballot to the voter, directing the voter to read the ballot, marking the voter's ballot, or directing the voter to mark the ballot. This is the poll worker people, I suppose. Let's see. SB 1 also makes it state jail felony for local election officials to send unsolicited applications to request a mail-in ballot. Okay. If somebody doesn't ask for it, then why would you be sending it? I'm sorry, what did I miss? Sorry. Several counties proactively sent applications to voters 65 years and older who automatically qualified to vote by mail, but Harris County attempted to send them to all 2.4 million registered voters last year. I'm sure they did. In outlawing those votes, that's Houston, by the way, Harris County. Big frickin' city, by the way. In outlawing those voting initiatives, Republican lawmakers made it clear they were targeting the state's most populous county, even though other counties employed similar voting methods. Of course, Harris County votes overwhelmingly Democrat. You know that. I mean, it's not a big secret, is it? Just like Travis County. Riggs, me too. I'm not much for being around loads of people anymore. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, I don't. One fast act. Good evening, brothers. Hello. Although it is kind of a kick, going to work, there's actually people there. It's like, oh my God, there's actually people here. Wow. I spent the last week in the lab, and it's like, there's people. It's like, wow, this is interesting. As you know, I spent the last year and a half in my apartment working from home. All right, let's go back to that other story here. So yeah, they're going to make it, they're going to suppress the vote. Yeah, sure. Right. Welcome back. Yeah, thanks. Republicans prey, P-R-E-Y, as well on racial and religious prejudices. Their party chairman, Alan West, is a former Florida congressman who described Barack Obama as, quote, Islamist. Come on now. Come on, Mr. West, please. Charging that he was purposefully enabling the Islamist cause. Come on. Yeah, you say stupid shit like that. And come on. They're going to find stupid shit like that. So just don't say stupid shit like that. If indeed he did say it, I don't know. When the Supreme Court tossed Trump, oops, can't say. I think you can read it here. Yeah, we can't really talk about that. West suggested the South should rise again and secede. Quote, that law-abiding state should bond together and form a union of states that will abide by the Constitution. Well, I mean, he's not the only one who said that. You know, a lot of people have said that. Hey, what if we just have an amicable divorce, right? You know, break the South off, break other parts of the country. You guys go live in California. We'll do something else, right? I mean, it's almost getting to that point, isn't it? Is it really such a stupid idea? You know? I don't know. Who knows? Republicans in Texas also target women in their zealotry. Of course they do. You can't even vote if you're a woman in Texas. I mean, my God. Abortion? You can't even drive your car in Texas if you're a female. Jump in that bag and stay in the house. I mean, what is this shit? Come on. Republicans target women. The governor signed a law effectively banning abortion. That's true. Outlawing any abortion after 6 weeks. Most women don't even know they're pregnant. I agree. Yes, I totally agree. Worse, law turns citizens into bounty hunters, blah, 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 blah. The law, if survives challenge, will lead to death, of course. Always, right? Always. Death and destruction. Abortions with coat hangers. Oh, my God. Illicit abortions, from suicide, from pregnancies that take the mother's life. You know, I don't know if that's included. I would find it really hard to believe that if it's, you know, the kid's going to kill the mother, I'm thinking maybe that's, you know, I don't know if that's in the law. I haven't looked into it. I can't believe it's not. Now, the other criminal activity they don't include. I can't believe if the mother is going to die that I don't know. An effort to stay the enforcement of this vicious law. A clear violation of the Supreme Court's constitutional precedents. Well, at least he didn't say it's part of the Constitution, which is correct. It's not. Was just denied by the Supreme Court's right-wing justices, acting without issuing an opinion. See, Trump, he's evil. Republicans also turn their backs on science. Right. Of course they do. Texas has suffered record-breaking floods, droughts, and winter storms over the last decade. Like every decade before that for billions of years. I mean, this is not new. We have weather. We have drought. I was there during the drought. 10 years ago, whenever the hell it was terrible. It's terrible. Yet, with the state a leader in fossil fuel, evil, its politicians have been in denial about climate change. They were unprepared when Hurricane Harvey hit the state in 2017. I think I remember that. Actually, I do. My sister was working there. And yeah, that was crazy. I mean, that was a big hit. I think it was Houston that got hit. That was nuts. But I mean, what are you supposed to do? How do you prepare for a hurricane? You do what you can, right? You get water and you move people to high ground and all. What are you going to do? Jeez. I mean, it happens. I mean, they just had one in Louisiana. You know, they were prepared, but it's still going to rain. There's still going to be some stuff. It's, you know, beat up. Then extreme weather caused a major snowstorm. Extreme weather, right? It was winter too, by the way. Now, if it snowed in the summer, you know, you got a snowstorm in July. Oh, yeah, I might say something about that. A snowstorm in the winter. Not really. That sort of happens in the winter. I hate to break it to Mr. Jackson here, but it was unusual for Texas. They usually don't get snow like that. Granted. Governor Abbott laughably blamed the deadly energy failure on solar and wind energy. Well, there was some evidence to support that the windmills and crap and they have a lot of windmills in Texas, by the way, A lot of windmills. Yeah, so easy. Oh, fossil fuels. What about all those windmills? Miles and miles of windmills up by Lubbock. It's pretty amazing. It's just everywhere you look, there's windmills. Abilene, all that area. It's just, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was just there like, what, a year ago or something? No. Yeah, well, some of the windmills froze. And solar panels don't work when they have snow on them. Just saying. They don't work when it's cloudy usually either. It's not probably necessarily true, but it is photons. It's not, yeah. Now Abbott and Texas Republicans trying to ban local authorities and school districts from enforcing what? We can't talk about it. Blue diapers on your face. Pandering to the Trump-aroused zealots. Yeah, all these Trump supporters who are walking around with giant boners in their own party, preparing to put, but I can't read it, right? You can read it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Right. Chris Mitchell. Hello, Chris. How's it going? Doc Holliday, Texas MGTOW. Hey, you remember how do them solar panels there work down in Texas when it's snowing? Yeah. Yep. Well, I think Texas is on its own power grid too, by the way. So that could have had something to do with it, right? They're disconnected, I think, from the rest of the country. But I'm not sure about that. But I think it is true. Okie drummer, I got a giant boner when I have one. Well, I just think about Trump. That's all. It's just, rock hard, baby. All right, what else does this person have to say? Taliban, of course, patrol the streets of Kabul, armed with AK-47s, probably fully automatic AK-40. See the difference here, Mr. Jackson? We don't have fully automatic weapons in the United States. Not widespread. You can get them, but it's really hard. They're terrorizing those who might cross them. Yeah, and doing really bad things to women and children and all kinds of stuff. It's bad. So let's compare them to people in Texas who have a gun. How about that? Maybe somebody could tell me this is, you don't need a concealed carry permit anymore? Because as far as I know, they've had open carry in Texas forever. Now, you can carry a gun. You can walk around with a gun on your belt. The permit was when you have it concealed, I believe. I mean, Colorado's like that. I mean, are they Taliban as well? You can actually walk around Colorado with a gun on your belt. You don't need a permit. A lot of states are like that. Open carry, and if people can see it, then they know you're armed. Concealed carry is when you're concealing it. You see what the difference is? You get it? Okay, glad we can clear that up for you, Mr. Jackson. In an era when we've witnessed armed gangs marching on the Michigan legislature and the sacking of the U.S. Capitol, no one was armed there, by the way. Sorry. One can only shudder to think what would happen if Texas Republicans were to lose political control. What in the hell is this guy saying? There's going to be a civil war, Texas, if Governor Abbott isn't reelected. Are you freaking kidding me? You see, that's the way it seems these people think, right? They believe they hate the other side so much that they think the other side would do crazy shit that they have in their heads. Like, what would happen? Well, all them damn guns. It's fascinating. Let's see, anybody in the chat. It's open carry, right? U.S. Capitol sacked. And well, yeah, of course. All these armed people from Michigan took over the U.S. Capitol buildings. Oh, my God. Okie drummer, yeah. Well, you can get one of those AR-14s with the chainsaw extension. I hear those are fun. Exactly. I mean, I don't like the politics of the other side, but I certainly don't want anything like that. I mean, come on. That's crazy. What is this shit? Hammerhand, American Open Wheel Racing. Forgot the third. Huh? Okay. Let's go back to this opinion piece. So we all know what's going to happen if Abbott in the House and the Senate in Texas, well, it goes to the Democrat, obviously, civil war. Right, Mr. Jackson? Yeah, right. Unlike the Taliban, Texas Republicans still have to face the voters. Yes, they do. And the voters voted these people in. So apparently they wanted open carry or concealed carry with no permit because they voted these people in. Do you know how it works? It's called democracy. And if they don't like these people and they don't like these laws, they'll vote people in who will change them. See how that works? Yeah. Voter suppression laws hold turnout down. The big lie. Rouse their blah, 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 blah. In the end, however, Texas will decide whether they will bring an end to this misrule or continue to support a party that is ever more unhinged. Now, who? I don't know anything about this person writing this. Who sounds more unhinged here? The Texas Republican Party being duly elected by people of Texas, doing things that these people apparently want done. It's not unhinged. This sounds unhinged. This writing here, well, you can imagine what would happen if the Democrats take over. There's going to be guns in the street. No. Who sounds like a lunatic here? Governor Greg Abbott or you? I mean, what is this crap? The last 2 weeks, Taliban honored an agreement to help the U.S. military get 123,000 Afghans and Americans out of the country and promised to do more as they seek to work with other nations. They want handouts. Do you understand how this works? Do you, Mr. Jackson? You know where they're going to go to? China. China. In that same period, the Texas legislature and Abbott sought to restrict voting and take away women's right to self-determination. I mean, how many different euphemisms can you use for abortion? How is not being able to get an abortion taking away a woman's right to she, unless it's a criminal activity, she has to consent to the activity. She can use birth control. She can use a morning after pill. She can make him wear a condom. She could abstain. She could do a lot of different things, but it's still her freaking choice. They're not taking anything away except the right to, off your kid. I mean, yeah. Who are we to not trust a newly emerging Taliban as it seeks its place in the family of nations? Oh my God. You just got done saying the Taliban doesn't believe in democracy. They don't believe in a lot of different things. They're going to, what? Welcome into the family of nations? Come on. Yeah, China. Yeah. Who are we to trust? The Taliban or trust a Republican government of Texas that attacks democracy and the rights of women? And of course, we have to get slavery in here as well, don't we? Because, Texas, it's the old tried and true Confederate state of Texas. The last state to inform its slaves they were free, for which we now celebrate Juneteenth. Now, I don't know if Texas held out. I don't know what the story is there. Maybe they did. I don't know. Should we look it up? Let's see, Juneteenth. I know it was a day when the slaves of Texas found out they were free. Juneteenth. Let's see. The origin, the federal holiday. If it's a federal holiday. Oh, okay. Commemorating the emancipation of African American slaves. It's also observed for celebrating African American culture. Originating in Galveston, Texas, it was celebrated annually on June 19th in various parts of the country since 1865. It was recognized as a federal holiday this year by President Biden. President Abraham's Emancipation Proclamation, issued January 1, 1863, had officially outlawed slavery in Texas and in all of the other southern secessionist states of the original Confederacy, except for parts of the states not in rebellion. Enforcement of the proclamation, Union troops in Texas. Texas is the most remote state of the former Confederacy, had seen an expansion of slavery and had a low presence of Union troops as the American Civil War ended. Thus, Enforcement there had been slow and inconsistent prior to Granger's announcement. Granger? Who's Granger? Granger. Who's that? Well, it's Wikipedia. Who the hell knows what? I don't know who Granger is, but okay. Granger's got it if you need tools, I guess. Although the Emancipation Proclamation declared an end to slavery in the Confederate States, it did not end slavery in states that remained in the Union. Isn't that weird? That's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? If you were part of the United States, slavery was still legal. What? That's nuts, isn't it? Anyway, let's see. Slaves were freed with the ratification of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, December 6, 1865. The last slaves present in the continental United States were freed when the slaves held in the Indian territories had sided with the Confederacy were released, namely the Choctaw, 1866. So, I mean, it doesn't sound like it's intentional that Texas, maybe they did. I don't know. It's not really clear from this. One fast act, all my exes live in Texas. That's right, it was. George Strait did that one. Easy. Taliban just showed that without the point of a gun or prison backing up. Bingo. Yeah, somebody was mentioning that. I was listening to a bunch of stuff today, and it's like, no mention of what's going to happen to the boys. No. Not going to say anything about that. Florida fool. Taliban's going to be on the human rights. I wouldn't be surprised. The UN they're good for holding chairs down. That's about it. Big Pitch says, I was in Afghanistan in 2009. Sad the way it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, if you were there, I assume you were part of the military. I mean, they didn't have to do it this way, did they? What's the reasoning? What do you think, Big Pitch? Why did this happen? The way it happened. I just boggles my mind. All right. What else is going on here? Drudge Report. Oh, can't even say some of these things. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. A female boxer died. Oh, my God. 5 days after being hurt in the boxing ring, Canada boxer Jeanette Zacharias Zapata has died. My God, 18 years old. Jesus. Died from injuries sustained in a fight with Marie-Pierre Houli on Saturday night at IGA Stadium. Zapata from Mexico suffered a series of power punches in the corner of the ring after a solid uppercut. She seemed stunned. Near the end of the fourth round, a final right hook knocked her out, basically. Holy shit. That's terrible. My goodness. I mean, it's obviously a dangerous sport, but geez. Wow. What else? Unemployment cash stops tomorrow. Indeed. The safety nets ending, affecting millions. Oh. Progressives tax the rich, dreams fade as Dems struggle for votes. Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema. Ooh, they're not the good Democrats today. They're blocking that filibuster. My goodness. Let's see here. What does this say here? Excuse me. 2 anchors of COOF affecting millions. Okay. 15 months without a paycheck. Okay. Oh, Hawaii. Yeah, that's been tough in Hawaii because nobody's going there anymore. For the year, she depended entirely on unemployment, food banks, even the summer vaccine rollout. Took tourists, began to travel again, and work was slow to return. One of millions of Americans who Labor Day represents a perilous crossroads. 2 primary anchors of the government's COOF protection are ending or have recently ended. Starting Monday, an estimated 8.9 million people will lose all unemployment benefits. The federal eviction moratorium has already expired. While other aspects of the thing, including rental aid and the expanded child tax credit, are still widely available, untold millions of Americans will face Labor Day with a suddenly shrunken social safety net. This will be a double whammy of hardship. Well, now, yeah, this is tough. I get it. It's been a really weird year. But I mean, what I've been reading is it seems like people are having a difficult time finding people to work. So it sounds like there's jobs out there, right? I don't know what the quality of the jobs are, but I think I just heard some company lowered their minimum working age to like 16 because they can't get anybody to come in there. Big pitch. U.S. Air Force security. Withdrawal of U.S. forces was to humiliate the U.S. and unleash the military upon the American power. Oh, I don't. Well, I don't know about that. SEE. Slavery would have become obsolete. Automobiles are being produced in the 1870s. Yeah, I mean, I'm still glad that it's. I wish it could have just gone away instead of having a civil war. That would have been better. But I'm glad it did end. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I can't even imagine how people thought it was somehow okay to own another person. It's ridiculous. I wish, other people around the world currently who have slaves would understand that. It's not good. Get rid of that. It's bad. Really bad. Beavis Jones, Biden administration saved us 16 cents on hot dogs. Okay. What else do we have here? I don't know. We could look. Let's see. Possible. I don't know. It says her partner trainer, the ring. Wow. Holy crap. 18-year-old kid. Wow. That sucks. Doesn't say. Jeanette Zacharias Zapata, and who was the opponent? Doesn't really say. So I don't know. It's a interesting question. Yeah. You rarely see, though, female to male trans wanting to be on the male football team. You don't know about that. Seems to be a one-way thing, doesn't it? It's men who transition to women that want to play on the women's team, not the other way around. Wonder why that is. Any ideas? Florida Fool says $200 signing bonus just to work at IHOP in Florida. Jobs are here. People don't want to work. Well, good that there's jobs, and hopefully things will be getting back to normal so people will go out and, eat and everything. I think St. Louis County is still locked down. I don't go over there, so I don't know what's going on. St. Louis County is just a small part of St. Louis. St. Louis County, St. Louis City, it's different. But I generally don't go downtown. I just, stay out here in the burbs. Easy, Florida Fool. I got offered to come back to police work for the local county here when they found out I was retired. Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely. I don't know. I think I might just stay retired. Unless you need the money. SE, no, we'll see female kickers in the NFL. Just wait. Maybe. Didn't they have one on the college team, Tennessee? I think it was Tennessee or Vanderbilt or somebody. They had a female kicker. That's fine. That's fine. You're not going to see a female center though, or a female, like halfback or something. It's just probably not going to happen. Riggs, 100% Dak. They make more money selling. Yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. They're going to force everyone. So it's just a matter of time. So I guess the thing to do would be to get the one you think is going to be, I don't know. I'm not real happy with that. The one that screws around with you, I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that one. No hamster. Not a chance to pull me. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, when I retire, I'll probably do some contracting. In the in the industry where I'm working now, you can make a lot of freaking money being a contractor. It's pretty amazing, actually. So anyway, what time is it? 11? 10:43. All right. I think I'll wrap it up. Go back to bed. I took a nap. It wasn't even raining today. I was just being lazy. Yeah. The problem is I don't think I don't think. Wait, hold on. Where was? Oh, here it's being talked about. There. Yeah. Well. Yeah. 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 WBS Liberty. I don't know, Hamster. I've seen a few that could play 5 technique nose tackle. I'm not sure what that means. Polska Bob. Have a good one. Yeah. There was actually one. Was I going to do one video? Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I think it was Taylor the Fiend had one, but I was going to do a different one. Which one was that? Let's see here. Taylor Fiend. He had some TikTok stuff. Oh, geez. Look at that. Oh, God. Oh, that's right. You can't see it. Hold on. Taylor the Fiend. Yeah. Share the screen. Where is it? There we go. All right. Let's see. It's so hard without a man. Single mother has her epiphany phase. Yeah. Response: stop leaving us. Men are leaving relationships and single mothers aren't happy. Mm-hmm. My dreams are crushed. Only didn't they rescind that though? They're going to make it okay to have prawns again. I don't know. I mean, if they don't do it, somebody will do it. I mean, it's not going to go away. It's just a matter of who is going to set up the forum. Stop body shaming us. TikTok girl show why modern dating is doomed. All right, let's see what happens. It's a rainbow.
With long-lasting scents and Febreze freshness, it's all glad.
It's all rainbow.
What's your type?
I got the abs, nice skin, tall.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What about
Well, I mean, she's not bad looking, so she can,
you? Man,
she's also young.
and I like me something real slim. You know what I'm saying? I like me something, big bone, real slim.
Oh, that's body shaming.
Men, you are not allowed to have any requirements for the women's. And women can have a list of requirements 100 miles long. And if you bitch about it, you're a loser. You hurt you.
Tell me how you just said the same thing I did. So
That's right.
how's that body shaming? Respectfully.
Cause guys don't have feelings. Like,
Guys don't have feelings. Oh. I didn't realize that. Did you guys know that? We don't have feelings.
and fuck guys, be body shaming all these girls. You gotta look nice for your girl.
He didn't say he wasn't going to look nice. He just said, I prefer a smaller frame woman. That's what's the problem?
All right, but you know what? Double standards. Jada Pickett. That's all I'm gonna say. Respectfully. Champagne.
Yeah. Oh, it's remarkable. It's almost like a buffet, isn't it? Pick and choose and take it all. And I want the tall, and I want the this, and I want the that. And oh, I want somebody with brown eyes. I want someone with really green eyes, which is very rare. Tall, green-eyed, brown-haired dude. It's okay. Yeah.
Yes, you see, when women want to say what they want in a guy, it's totally fine. He's got to, and God forbid, body shaming
have a big
on the back
flank
burner, right?
as well.
So when Matt goes, you have to see what's going on.
Wait, let's see.
And subscribe. A lot of you have been, and those are some of the things we're going to be talking about today. But we've had a video request. A lot of you have been asking me to cover this video because it's one that I missed from 21 Studios, and it's on the ladies. All right, but before we crack into it, if you're new here, guys, make sure you subscribe on your way in.
Hit the like button.
Come and join the Discord and the locals links in the description if you haven't already. And without further ado, we're just going to jump straight into the video.
Did you guys notice they changed the YouTube? These used to be, I think these were colored in. weren't they? Even this button up here with the create, this used to be colored. What do I know? I'm just evil.
Today. So let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring.
You were nice until he married you, and then you showed your true colors.
I was a little kid, too. Little kid's red pilled.
You know, there's actually a disgusting amount
That was pretty funny.
of truth to that,
Kinda,
by the way.
It's just struck me by surprise.
I believe Coach Greg Adams, I think he calls it like prey mantising or something like that, where these girls, when they start to get older, right, and they're looking for a family, they're looking for the things that they missed out on, that they waste their time not doing.
Oh, God, yes. Yes, indeed.
Right?
Yes, indeed.
They'll start to, they'll select a guy.
Let's see if we can get to the check. Oh, we missed her. Yeah.
Describe that, but that is disgustingly real. You've got a lot of men in relationships where guys get really confused, right? Because they'll be like, "Oh well."
Oh yeah. I was going to do this. What's her name? Rebecca Barrett or something. I guess she's an ex-feminist, and now she's a trad. It's Rebecca Barrett. There it is. Yeah, Rebecca Barrett. Kind of showing up all over. I think she was on Fresh and Fit, and she's on a bunch of stuff. Now let's look at her for a bit. Getting a bit out of hand. Okay. Welcome to my channel. Super pumped you're here. Okay. Thanks. Let's see. Will it play? I need to get monetized. I mean, look at all these ads. I mean, this chick is kicking ass, by the way. She's freaking everywhere. 41,000 subscribers, like out of nowhere. Boom. That's pretty crazy. 12,000 views. That's pretty damn good. You know, about 25% is a pretty good.
Count on a kid to take you there. Ranked #1 in dependability by J.D. Power.
Does the computer need to be blown again? Yeah. Am I starting to pop and fizzle? Let me go back. I probably have. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to get crazy. The GD Bacon. I thought it was called Fear of Missing Out. Yes. That's right. Yeah, computer's starting to get slow again. I just wanted to play a couple videos. Damn it. Riggs Jr. Bacon makes service calls and delivers gallons of happy juice.
Get 1,500 customers.
Oh my goodness. What are you saying, Riggs? We know who slings like a bird feeder. That's you, Mr. Yeah. Geez, I guess it's not going to be happy. Okay. Let's see if we get anything. I know why I'm experiencing interruptions. Thank you. Because my computer's old and it needs to be blown. Yeah, I don't.
Hey guys, what?
Oh, there she. Well, are you familiar with this chick? I don't know. Let's look at her comments here. Let's see. I think she was a feminist, and she eventually grew out of it, or well, figured that she better latch onto someone, right? You can't make assumptions of all men. Yes, there are plenty who would love to take advantage of you, but it also close to take your time. Well, the guys, it seems most women are attracted to can, because they have choice. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the way it is. Green Frog. First lady's projecting. She only wants men that give her an advantage. Yeah, duh. Why would you go? Why would you go out with a guy who didn't give you something? Right? I mean, that's silly. Of course. Jeez. It's not hypergamy that is the problem. It's out of control. No feedback loop hypergamy. Okay? Hypergamy is why we're still here, right? As a species. You know, the best genes, hopefully hopefully. And that's why idiocracy is in our future, because smart people aren't having kids. Let's see. I'm going through a panic attack. Keep filming. Okay. Most women think like you. Believe it or not, some guys see the inner beauty in a lady that's more desirable because it looks fake. But in a way, it's how life repays the women that, Karma. Yeah. I mean, it's just, the analogies have been made a million times. I mean, women start out their lives with a ton of gold. Men start out with nothing. And there is a point in time where men are more valuable than women on the dating market. When their gold starts running out, their looks, of course. It's the way it is. I mean, I'm not saying I like it, but it's nature, right? Whether you like it or not, we're all going to die. There's nothing you can do about it. It's the way it is. It's nature. Sorry. GD Bacon, Riggs, I can't confirm. I can neither confirm nor deny that. But yeah. Rebecca, is it all AWOLT? All women are like that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen, I've seen her around, and it's like, who is this person? I haven't really paid that much attention, I guess. Shang Nu. Woof. Big pitch. Every attractive woman I see now, I try to imagine what they'll be like once they're, just usually look at their mother. It's usually a pretty good indication, because, their mother. Okie Drummer, necessity of virtue on the top recommended video. No virtue in that. You guys don't like her, huh? I don't know anything about her. I've just seen her like on Fresh and Fit and whatever, but I just didn't. It's typical. I mean, it's. I guess to some degree you see it with like Lauren Southern. Same kind of thing, right? Except she really wasn't a crazy, out of control fembot. But she's becoming a little less, I suppose, conservative nowadays. I don't know. Rolla had some text from her or tweets or something. Maybe I'll look that up. It was pretty interesting. One Fast Dak, Okie Drummer. All right. YouTube Trailer Park. Those people are bloodthirsty for... Yeah, it is. It is ghoulish in a way. Not in just a way, it is. Just this. It's a sacrament for these people. It's like, I mean, again, I'm never going to be pregnant, right? But my goodness, I mean, if you're sexually active, as most people are, they protect themselves, right? Good Lord. Well, except Riggs. He's... You need to protect everyone from you disease-carrying rodent, you. Bolska Bob, she's all right. Don't hate her. I don't like her. I don't know. I might listen to her video. I think her voice kind of bothers me. She sounds like she might be from Minnesota or from North Dakota. I'm not sure. Let me see if maybe it'll play. Let's see what she sounds like here.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca, and today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite types of videos to make, and that is...
I know that's shallow, but her voice kind of bugs me. WLS Celebrity Prime, WBS, naturally. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's really, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's really hard to believe that someone was a radical fembot and they turned away from it. It's just really hard for me to believe. Because you look at the indoctrination, I mean, severe indoctrination about the patriarchy, about all this other crap. A lot of it's not true. And yet these people believe it anyway. So, I mean, if they're that far brainwashed, how do you get out of that? I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible. It'd be like literally leaving a cult to some degree. You've been so brainwashed. And you think, everything, it's not, God. Have they become the monsters that they sought to get rid of? Because the claim is, wow, these evangelical Christian Bible thumpers, they're keeping women in the kitchen. Are they any less of a cult than some radical evangelical fringe Christian group? I don't know. I mean, you know the people I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, if you're going to burn in hell if you listen to rock and roll, and, it's crazy shit like that. If you don't believe in God, you're going to die. I mean, it's not as much these days, right? Christianity is pretty weak sauce at this point. You know, mainstream Christianity. There's nothing. Come, oh, everybody loves everybody. Why is that? They have to appeal to women. That's why. Oh, let's all sing Kumbaya and have a Coca-Cola. Let's see. Polska Bob. She's close to fresh and fit. She said she only had to drive. Oh, she's in Florida then, probably. I think they're in Miami, aren't they? Yeah, I would say she's from the north somewhere, though. She's got her voice is a little different. Maybe Illinois. She doesn't, it's not like the Bears, but it's something, right? Tight garbage. Imagine that voice nagging bro. I don't know. I mean, she could just be quiet, I suppose. SCA don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, I won't. Yeah, I don't know. There's something I've noticed too. There's a video channel. I can't think of this. It's some kind of like a top 10 burgers and crap like that. And I think the voices are actually they're not real. They're computer, and it's not the computer stuff that it normally sounds like. It's really good because the inflections and some of the tone that there's usually a woman and a guy. It's just weird. Does that make sense? I mean, people don't talk like that. They don't speak in that way. So it's almost like it's computer generated in some way, and the algorithm isn't quite right. But it's not like the Bane 666 voice, the whatever. It's not quite that, but it's better than that. And I what is it? Bragged or something? I don't know, whatever. It's different. Riggs. The problem is most of my service calls are, you're terrible. Ooh, Riggs. How could you? These married women, you can't go after them. They's off the market, right? Sure, you bet. Yeah, that's I've heard, because you listen to Pop, and he's like, oh my God, some of the service women, not all of them, obviously, but some of the ones married to service members, just some of the stories are like, oh my goodness. Go down to the officers club when the ship ships out. It's like, ooh, all right. I mean, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? You'd get home and your wife. Jeez. Oh my. Polska Bob smells like bonfire here, people having a good. Oh, good. Are you being serious? Are you drinking again? I mean, why wouldn't you be? It's Sunday and it's Labor Day tomorrow. Maybe you have to work. I don't know. That's never stopped you. Stopped you before, though. Gotten a little vodka. GD Bacon, kind of hard for her voice to turn you off. You guys are just, you woof. you rascals, you. Polska Bob walking to the bar. Yeah, gonna have some vodkas. Yeah. Yeah. You're Polish, but I mean, vodka's like a Russian. I'm sorry. Eventually, it was invented in Poland, because we're Polish people are cool. That's probably where they made it. But oofta, yeah, vodka. Ooh. Oh my God. Yeah, you just do you do it straight up, Polska, or what do you mix it with something? I told you about the band days when we do shots of vodka before we started practicing. Like, oh my God, it's like drinking freaking rubbing alcohol. It's terrible. Let's see. YouTube Trailer Park. If people actually read the Bible, they would understand it's not like the Hummel figurines of angels to keep them. Yeah. Beer and shots of vodka. Oh boy. I could buy into the beer, but the beer with a vodka chaser. Oh my God. Yeah, I still have the blue Cave Bay blue. Oh God. I'm glad I only paid $5 for that piece of shit bottle. Yikes. It's supposed to be spiced rum. It tastes like aftershave. I swear. I mean, it tastes like aftershave. It's terrible. It's like, if your dad puts aftershave, and you kiss him on the cheek or whatever, hug him, you get that kind of, that's what it tastes like. Riggs, what can I say? The old broads need their, got to check their oil, make sure they're full. Oh, yikes. Got a point, Bacon. Let her. Oh, you guys are awful. You guys have been watching a replicant fish or something. Woof. WBS Liberty Prime. Whiskey or bourbon? Sure. No, thank you, potato juice. I was actually watching a documentary on how they make vodka. Pretty interesting. How they, what was it? Yeah, it was like all alcohol basically comes out the same. It's clear. And then they put it in the wood, and then they, get the barrels and all that crap, and they let it sit for a long time. GD Bacon. I only drink tequila. And whiskey. Tequila is okay. I did actually have a margarita on Friday. Margarita is basically just all sugar anyway, but tequila is pretty good. And you hate to say it. Well, you should go with the agave. They blew from the here and I've heard to here. I had some Don Julio, I think it was. I kind of like the old cheap Jose Cuervo. You are a friend of mine. There's also a song called Tequila Makes Her Clothes Fall Off. That was fun. Oh, that was good. That was a fun song. Polska Bob, proper garden tools. Let's see. I got to quit. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to give them the good. Then they get hooked. Not that I would ever know, because I can't do good. What? You just got to know your limitations. WBS Prime. Stroked. I think it's less tequila makes you get fat, or people get fat. It's the margarita stuff. I mean, it's just all sugar, right? It's terrible. It's just full of sugar. Like I said, I had some ginger beer, non-alcoholic, and I think I put, what the hell did I put in that? Whiskey? Really good. It was like an old fashioned. It was good, but the ginger beer had like 60 grams of sugar in it. It's like, oh my God. Hoi! Instant diabetes, it seems. YouTube Trailer Park. I can't even smell Jack Daniels or Southern Comfort. Makes me gag. I used to drink that stuff Southern Comfort's okay. There's one guy I worked with at the bar. He liked Yukon Jack. You ever have that? It's all right. A Trial of True Men. Evening Hamster. Hello. How are you? What's going on in your part of the world? Yeah. Yukon Jack it's not really a whiskey. It's more of a liqueur, isn't it? The same with Southern Comfort. It's all right. Whiskey's all right. I mean, I just not a big hard liquor drinker. The problem is I like volume, and if I drink volume of no. No. Carrillo Blanco. One of the only tequilas I had, I didn't make me want to yak. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the old Jose Cuervo, tried and true. Works. Just don't drink that many of that. I just don't. No, but aren't you an alcoholic? No, I don't think so. Because I would assume that I'd really, really want some hooch. But I'm really a beer guy. I don't like that stuff. Let's see. GD Bacon. Let's see. What does he have to say? Rumplemints. Oh, God. Oh, Riggs. Rumplemints. Isn't that peppermint flavored something? Oh, wait. That's what Aaron Clary drinks. He's a Rumplemints guy. I think it's like peppermint flavored schnapps or something, isn't it? Yeah. God. Memories from a long time ago. Naz Drua. Gentlemen, what? GD Bacon. God, Rumplemints. Oh, God. Yeah, I think that's peppermint. Well, you know what? Guys, we have the internet. We can look it up. I know. Hold on. Let's see here. Rumplemints. think it's just peppermint schnapps. Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Oh, God. Memories from high school. Oh, God. Oh, do you guys ever have slow gin? Oh, boy. Oh, God. Yeah, more than once I hacked that up. Ooh, yeah, oh, yeah. Ooh, Jägermeister. Oh, God. That actually is can be okay in very, very small quantities. You don't want to get going on that. That's, oh, boy. I try to moderate it by a bottle of bourbon every month. Yeah, I guess I have this stuff in case anybody ever comes over, but nobody ever comes over. Polska Bob. Polish for cheers, hamster. Nods Drua. Well, same to you. Bottoms up. What do we used to say in Minnesota? Skol. All right. Let's 16 popular cocktails with it's a German style liqueur. Best known for peppermint schnapps. Yeah, the Norskis, they like that stuff. Yeah. Actually, I had that one with this girl that I know. She invited me over to have the stuff, and it was aquavit from Finland, Norway. Tasted like caraway seeds. It was pretty good. Rumpelmint's one of the most popular schnapps drinks. Very strong peppermint flavor. Yep. Unlike other strong alcoholic drinks, Rumpelmint's goes down smoothly. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. When you're in high school. Oh, God. I don't think I ever barfed on Rumpelmints or peppermint schnapps, but the slow gin did get me once. Just, oh, God. If you'd like to enjoy this drink, many ways to mix it. Let's see here. Fireball and Rumpelmints. Holy Jesus. What the hell? Oh, my God. It is made in Germany. Schlarlebachenbergen Distillery in Bingen, Germany. Apart from the peppermint flavor, strong candy. Yeah, it does taste like candy canes, actually. Alcohol content 50%, so it's 100 proof. Wow. I did not know that. Holy Jesus. 100 proof. Ooh, recently, Beverage Tasting Institute ranked this brand 95 out of possible. Really? For peppermint schnapps? Okay. Biggest market for Rumpelmints, United States. Peppermint beverage. So successful distiller. 2 more flavors. Berry and lime. Okay. Does Rumpelmints get you drunk? It's 100 horsepower. Yes. You drink enough of anything, it'll get you. But 100% or 100 proof? Ooh. Let's get some Everclear. 190 proof. Oh, my God. Oh, God, is that fucking horrible. You guys ever had that? Everclear? Oh, God. I mean, if you put it in like a mix, like a garbage can party, you ever have one of those? It's kind of fun. WBS Liberty Prime, depends on how much you drink. Yeah, it's true. The Big O, Minnesota. Texas Taliban. Yep. Well, you know, it's just, yeah, they're evil. We know that. The Big O, Minnesota. Hey, Ginger, what's good? I just saw you was having a live stream. Yeah, we're just sitting here talking about Rumpelmints. The favorite cocktail, apparently, of Aaron Clary, Captain Capitalism. Cappy, assholeconsulting.com. Go spend money on him and he'll give you advice. All right, how to drink Rumpelmints out of the bottle. Let's just get out the bottle, Vern. We don't need no damn mixers. Oh, high school. Wasn't it fun? Research shows a 1 ounce straight up serving of Rumpelmints gives you 103 calories, 11 grams of carbohydrates. Wow. 16 best cocktails. 3 strikes, you're out. That's probably about right. You get a shot of Rumpelmints, Goldschlager, cinnamon schnapps, and Jägermeister. Oh, my God. It's probably good, but oh, geez. 84 horsepower in that glass. Wow. Yeah, 3 ounces of liquor, that would get you, you'd get lit real quick. Ball and chain. Let's see, what is it here? Rumpelmints and Goldschlager and Jägermeister again. Okay. Sure. American Death. Oh, God, this looks good. Rumpelmints, Gold Rush cinnamon schnapps and Aftershock hot and cool cinnamon schnapps. How does it get green? What the hell is the green? Huh. Yeah, let's have a blitzkrieg now. Put it in the glass now. Put it in the get in. What the hell is that? A mason jar? Holy shit. Is that like a mule or what is this? Let's see. More Rumpelminz, Jägermeister, and Goldschlager again. How does it turn green though? Where does that go? Let's see. Place the liquor, separate shot. This is a series of shots. First, shoot the mints, then the Jaeger, then the Goldschlager. Oh my God! I would be falling over after that. It's like, my gut hurts just thinking about it. Cold fire recipe. Rumpelminz, Ice 101, peppermint schnapps. I mean, do you need more peppermint? I mean, seriously, really? And milk. Stir together the milk and the schnapps, pour into the highball. You got milk in there. It's probably healthy. Yeah, skip the milk. Just do the shots. The bonbon. What do we have here? Rumpelminz and schnapps. Jesus. What's the point? It's the same thing. What do they call this? A bonbon? It's just straight. Why mix anything else? Just whatever. The dead so-and-so recipe here. Part mince, Jaeger and Gold. Again, it's the same three. The dead so-and-so recipe. 2/3 of Rumpelminz and 2/3 of Jägermeister. The German mouthwash recipe. Oh my God. Oh, this is crazy. Isn't this fun, though, or just goofing around here? 3/4 of an ounce of Rumpelminz and Goldschlager. They're all Goldschlager and Rumpelminz. I mean, okay. The liquid crack recipe. 1 part Rumpelminz, Jägermeister, and Goldschlager. Pour the ingredients in equal parts into the shot glass and serve. It's a simple cocktail with an alcohol of about 84 proof. Okay. Liquid panty remover. Hey, Riggs, pay attention. You might need Rumpelminz, cream de cassis, peach schnapps. Actually, that sounds pretty good. Sounds like a nice, refreshing summer cocktail for you there. Original Terminator. 1.5 ounces of Rumpelminz and 1.5 ounces of Sambuca. Oh, Sambuca is like, isn't that made from grape leaves or something? We got to look this up. Sambuca. I believe it's very, very strong. I don't think I've ever had it. Sambuca. What type of alcohol is Sambuca? Where is it? Come on. There we go. Sambuca is made from a distillate of star anise. Okay, yeah. It tastes like licorice, right. Anise is always the main ingredient. The liquor must also meet minimum sugar, alcohol. Oh, it has to have sugar, anethol, and content requirements. Oh. Absinthe. Have you ever had absinthe? Oi! Absinthe. Name that movie. You win a 6-pack. All right. Absinthe. Looking at fairies. Yeah, you do the sugar. Okay, it's pretty cool. You put the water in there and it gets cloudy and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of neat. A little science experiment while you're getting your brains blown out by absinthe. Grand wormwood, together with green anise, sweet fennel, and other, historically described as a highly alcoholic spirit. No shit. Absinthe traditionally has been a natural green, but maybe color is commonly referred to in historical literature as la fille verte, the green fairy. Sometimes mistakenly referred to as a liqueur, but it is not traditionally bottled with added sugar. You have to add the sugar after. That's a absinthe spoon there. And then you pour it in over the sugar, and then there's, I just for grins, I bought a bottle of it once. It's like, okay. Because I think it was banned for a long time. And then they brought it back, but it has to have a certain, the limit of whatever the hell gets you blasted has to be under a certain thing, right? Whatever it is, it's some kind of, what is it here? Well, it's interesting because it's like, where did our human ancestors come up with this stuff? It's like, hey, There's a wormwood tree. Let's go brew it. Absinthe. Rabet. Yeah. Apparently, it's just allegedly, right? It gets you really crazy. Absinthe makes you crazy and criminal. Provokes epilepsy and tuberculosis. Killed thousands of French people. It makes a ferocious beast of man, a martyr of women, and a degenerate of the infant. It disorganizes and ruins the family and menaces the future of the country. Edouard Manet's first painting, The Absinthe Drinker, was controversial and was rejected by the Paris Salon. Here's the Absinthe Drinker right there. Why would they reject that? I mean, it looks cool. I don't know. Well, the craziest things, right? Do you guys ever read that? History is an interesting place, isn't it? Yeah. There was one time where the women got together and they tried to ban coffee houses in London because their men were going to drink coffee. The women weren't allowed in there, and they didn't know what the men were up to. And so they didn't want those coffee houses. What are those men doing? Oh my God. So they were prevented. And there was these pamphlets that went around, and it was kind of funny, actually. Had my fair share of Korean soju and lemonade. What is soju or sujo or whatever? YouTube trailer. What is that? Like rice something? Because I've had sake, right? I think that's Japanese rice wine or rice liquor. Hey, it's all right. I didn't go out of my way. It's fine. Yeah. But keep liquid. Okay. Yeah. I know, right? Lots of trial. Poor bastards. Now, I wonder, is the beer story is that they had just had grain that they stored and then it got wet and it fermented? Is that how they invented beer? The Egyptians? Hey, nice going, guys. I think that's how it worked. But yeah, with this vodka documentary, that's essentially what they do. They take the stuff, whatever they're going to use, and they get it wet, and then it brews. Pretty interesting. Let's look at the London coffee house stuff. It's really interesting because there's a whole pamphlet that the women apparently put out. London coffee house history. Yeah, they tried to get them banned. They're a coffee stall. Surprising history, but forgotten. Yeah, the coffee house. Let's see. Yeah. Lost World London Coffee House. Interesting. Let's go there and see what it is. Pask Rosé, native of Smyrna. Come on. You can do it. You can load the page. Thank you. Yeah. Places people gather to drink coffee. Dorians. And they used to call it the black liquor or something. Intoxicating, black in color and made by infusing the powdery berry flourish in Arabia. Early Oxford coffee houses. I'll have to find that. It's pretty interesting because they came out with these pamphlets for the coffee houses, and then they came out with the pamphlets against the coffee houses, and the women were pissed because they couldn't go in there, and the men were all gathering, and they're doing what men do. They're talking, and of course the women, and then it's a typical thing, right? Wow, your man's wasting his time at the coffee. Same shit. Yeah. Cheapness, frequency, coffee houses. Yeah. Act as public houses. All were welcome. Except I don't think women. It was just men. But imagine you needed somewhere to go to get away from your wife. So you'd go have some coffee. Coffee house conversation in a particular manner, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it's interesting. It's that the women, of course, even in 1600s, were ragging on the men. Oh, you're drinking coffee and you're not here with me. And G.D. Bacon, soju is distilled from rice. Polska Bob, technically, you could ferment any organic material to make booze. During the Dark Ages, everyone drank booze. Right. because the water was bad, right? They didn't know why, but it's like, well, we don't get sick if we drink beer. It's like, oh yeah, let's drink more beer. Am I cutting out again? Sorry. It's maybe just me moving away from the microphone. Sorry. Big old Minnesota. What is going on here? Hey, Hamster, what do you think about China removing effeminate men from their men? I didn't hear this one. I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. So soju. I mean, while we're here, what the hell? Soju. S-O-J-U. Let's find out what we have the internet. Yeah, it looks like the computer must be getting hot again. Why? I'm not even running videos and it's getting hot. Damn it. Soju from Korea. Clear, colorless, distilled alcoholic beverage of Korean origin. Usually consumed neat. So it doesn't look like it's high horsepower. Can be, apparently, in high horsepower. Let's look. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what the hell. It's out in the garage. I just got to go get it. Usually consumed neat. Alcohol content varies up to 53%. Most brands of soju made in South Korea. While soju is traditionally made of grains of rice, wheat, or barley, modern producers often replace rice with other starches such as potato. So it's kind of like vodka, right? Sort of. What does it taste like? Just like vodka, probably. I've never had it, so it's just safer. Let's see. It's funny that commie China is having more. Yeah. Then drinking water or water. Get some water if you're from the East Coast. Yeah, get some water. Ever heard of a beer called Green from Korea? No. I mean, I've had, when I was in Japan, I had some Japanese beers. They're pretty good. Japan makes great whiskey. Whew. I mean, you look at the Japanese cars, they've perfected it for the most part with some of the brands. Man, when they take on a task, they figure out how to do it the best. And boy, there was this whiskey that we were supposed to go out for dinner. And the guys I was working with, they're like, hey, let's get some shots. I'm like, oh God, here we go. And so it was really, really delicious. I don't think it was pure whiskey. I think it was more of a liqueur, but liqueur. It was good. Really good. Japanese know what they're doing, man. That's, whew. But I tell you, that trip, by the way. So let's see. We left Denver. I think had to go to Seattle and get on another plane and then go over to Tokyo. It's like, oh my God, was that a long flight? And then I get there, and of course it's tomorrow, right? It's later or earlier, whatever. The time lag, I could not get used to it. It was absolutely brutal, because you get there and the time's all messed up. You're sleeping at the wrong time. Then you work all day. And then you get back, and then these guys wanted to go drinking. And so it's like, okay, I'll be polite. So go out drinking and have sushi and all this stuff. And by the end of the week, I couldn't even move. I was in such pain because I hadn't been sleeping. It's just, oh my God, it was terrible. Yeah, I was a bitch. Coming home, it was easy. Coming back to Denver, flight was a lot shorter. It was like 12 hours, I think, maybe 10 or 11, something like that. And it was fine. Coming this way was perfect because that's where I live. But going to Japan, man, that was a bitch. Wonderful country. It was great. But man, that time lag just killed me. I think there's a way to do something to help you with that. Maybe you start sleeping different. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's, oof. Any of you guys, maybe in the military or whatever, fly overseas. Oof, God. Soju doesn't taste of vodka. It tastes like grain alcohol. Burns. Oh, really? It's like Everclear. Yeah, Japanese whiskey is delicious. At least the one I had, and I'm sure it's really fantastic all over the place in Japan. It's just really, like I said, the Japanese, they do things perfect. They perfect things. And whatever the hell that whiskey was, it was good. It was really good. Didn't taste like Jack Daniels. Didn't burn. It was just, oh my God, it was good. Hamster, they learned from GIs after World War II. Well, they also figured out a way to make monosodium glutamate as well in it was 1910? The Ajinomoto company. This is Ajinomoto. MSG. Because the story goes, and I don't know if it's true, the story goes is that when the Americans, finally, won the war, they managed to start eating Japanese rations, the military rations, and they tasted really good. And the American guys are going, why does our stuff taste like shit? Well, they figured it out. It's MSG, the flavor enhancer. So that's where you get that in just about damn near everything. Yeah, they'll continue to try. Yeah, it's really interesting. If you've never seen the film with Tom Cruise, Last Samurai, really good. Check that out. But he basically says the same kind of thing. Whatever they do, they try to do it absolutely perfect. It's really interesting. Let's see. Polska Bob. So mine easy. Slept till 5 p.m. today. Really? Must have been a good night, huh? SCE successful endeavors. CCP doesn't need alphabet soup groups because they're already communists. That's true. Yeah. What would they rebel against? Well, we want socialism. Well, you sort of have it, kind of, sort of a hybrid mix of socialism and capitalism. Did they ban the jab from Japan? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with that. Easy. Polska. I built a 100, the one over 700 scale Bismarck and drank 12 Jamesons. 12 shots, or was it a neat? What'd you have? Jesus, 12. That's like half a bottle. Oh my God. Oh, whoa. Let's see. Our man says, when I was in Qatar, I had a flaming shot of Boca, which I spilled and set my hand on fire. Jeez. You're only supposed to have the flaming drinks before you're blasted. See, in Qatar, they let you drink. I thought the Muslims, they didn't support drinking. Or were you in like Dubai or something where I think they let you drink there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's on base or something. If it's an American base, you can drink. Not sure. 2 fingers, hamster, and yes, neat. All right, 2 fingers. That's a lot of hooch. That's a lot of hooch, man. Polska Bob, my only day off. Sometimes I sleep till whenever. Yeah, I mean that's the beautiful thing about to some degree being single. I don't have to answer to nobody. I like that. Ken DeRican is in the chat. Hello. How are you, Ken? How are things out in Commeyville, wherever the hell you live out west? Oh, God. Those sons of bitches over in the West Coast are infecting Colorado. They're gonna. Well, it's already a bright shade of blue, and they're gonna try to make it more communist. I mean, I think the mayor of frickin' Denver is a communist. The governor is a communist. They're not even trying to hide it. The Boulder Mafia with the governor. Yeah, man. Self-made billionaire, though. Congratulations to that. But whoa, man, he's a commie. It's funny when they get rich, then they suddenly want to be commies. Why is that? You might think poor people would want to be communists, but when you're rich, you built your thing on capitalism. Why would you want to change that? I mean, I don't know. Easy, poor Colorado. Yeah, it's all along the Front Range. It's Looney Tunes. Except Colorado Springs, to some degree, is a little bit more sane. And the rest of the state, Grand Junction, Durango, some of these places. But I mean, you do have those little blue pills, Vail, Aspen, up there in the mountains. That's communist. Boulder is way. I mean, they're more communist than China. Boulder is nuts. I mean, all these rules. You can't have a gun. You got to register your weapons. Oh, Jesus, it's ridiculous. I interviewed for a job, I think, in where the hell was it? Niwot, Lafayette, or somewhere up in there. And it's just, oh God, you get into Boulder County, man. That's like, we're in Cuba, boys. Easy, crazy cost of living. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know, Ken. What's going on with you? Bridges Don't Fly is here. Hey, Kendall Rican and the rest of the gang. Good to see all you guys. Big old Minnesota. Yeah, Riggs is in here spreading herpes, telling tales about his big Johnson. Yeah, you got to watch that. Anyway, get back to soju. Liquor is a drinking features in the drinking culture of Korea. Do they drink a lot of liquor in Korea or beer? I think they do drink quite a bit in Japan, and I think a lot of people smoke as well. It's always a shock, right? Because most of the states I've lived in, I don't know about Missouri. I don't really go anywhere, but there's no smoking, right? And so you go somewhere that allows smoking in a building. It's like, oh my God, what the hell is this? It's just weird, I guess, where the hell was I? Oh God, I don't know which state, but there'd be people hanging outside the bar smoking, right? But you couldn't go in there and smoke. It was smoke free, which is nice. You don't have that stink and all that other crap. So you go somewhere where there's people puffing on ciggies like inside. It's like, whoa, that's weird. I don't know. It's always kind of struck me weird. So speaking of Japan, at the hotel, it was smoke free, except there was like one closet where the people would go in there and smoke. And there was I think there was a cigarette machine because I went in there with somebody. He was smoking. And oh my God, did it stink. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh, but you just walk down the hall and you just, God. It was the same way at the plant where we were working. They had like one room once in a while where people would go in there and smoke, and you could smell it like from a mile away. It was really bad. And I think when I got to the airport, they had these certain places where people would go smoke. It was you couldn't smoke, but they had it if you wanted to, but you couldn't smoke like just out in the open. I just find it hard to believe that at some point that was okay, right? Sit in an airplane and smoke. It's like, what the hell is this? You're in a plane, it's enclosed. Yeah, I know. The fresh air comes in. I get it. Still, that stink. You never, it's like a car. It's been smoked in. You can tell. I think my dad smoked in my car, but it used to be his car, so I guess he can smoke in it if he wants to. But geez. Yeah, it still stinks, and there's like this yuck. All right. Let's see, Riggs. If she's smoking, you have a one-track mind, Riggs. I'm telling you that you have a one-track mind. Riggs says, I was out listening to live music at the marina with all the old bats and boat owners. Oh, well, good. Where are you at? You're in what, Florida? I can't remember. The big omen says, so it's like Riggs Jr. You can smell it from a while. Well, yeah, certainly. Yeah, he's got cooties as well. So stay away. Eric Zombro grew up in the 80s. I grew up, I was graduated in 82. So, there was still, I worked in bars where they had smoking. So you'd go in there and your clothes, you could just never get it out. All the smoke. It's just, nasty. And I smoke back then, but it's just horrible. Just nasty. Yikes. Shinobi Wan. Kenobi, hello. So join Kendall Rican's podcast. Okay. Yeah, let me share that. I didn't know you had a podcast on Podbeans, Ken. So we'll go ahead and put that up there. Let's see here. Brother Kendall Rican. I suppose we could just, you want to open it up? Maybe why not? I mean, I've heard myself talk for so long. Yeah, maybe you guys want to come in here. Copy. All right. Bridges don't fly is in the house, by the way. And Shinobi One Kenobi. One Fast Dak, Pulse Kebab, Riggs, Zombro. Everyone's here. The whole gang. So if you guys want to pop in, feel free. Yeah, I mean, this, instead of, smoking, you got the vape thing. It's all right. I mean, you don't smell like smoke, and that's the good part. Ick. Chris Mitchell, Brother Shinobi. Not nastier than Pop's ex-wife. Getting a Richard salad with extra ranch. Yes. what the hell was it? I was watching some video, and there was this chick from her count of 2 to 15 in 1 week. Can you even imagine? My God. I mean, any woman could do that if they want to, but I mean, geez, why? Oh, well, I was in college, Yeah, easy. That was a long time ago. I remember hearing that too, is that Rush pulled out his vape and people were freaking out. Oh my God, he's smoking. It's like, no, it's a vape. There's no smoke. It's electronic. Yeah, we miss the old guy, man. I listened to him almost since day one when he started. I think it was 1988. And he just passed away, I think, this year. And now they got a couple guys doing the job. And I mean, they're fine. They're good. But it's still not Rush, Rush was a very, very... It's kind of like Paul Harvey. If you guys remember Paul Harvey. Just no one can replace Paul Harvey. No one can replace Rush. It's just the way it is. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, Rush was... God almighty. Rush was... Remember he did the what's-her-face with the birth control? He called her a slur on the air or something like that. Because she was... I can't remember her name. Oh, Fluke, whatever her name was. Well, I can't get birth control. And she's going to a prestigious freaking university. She doesn't $10 to go buy birth control pills. Come on. Really? Come on. Bullshit. Eric Zombro, Paul Harvey was awesome. Yep. Then God Created series. Yep. And he had the speech about if you were a communist, what would you do? Actually, we should probably read that. That was pretty good. Let's see here. Hold on. Paul Harvey. Communists. That's the rest of the story. Yeah, the Paul Harvey. If I were the devil, what would I do? I wonder if we have the text for that. The Paul Harvey saw the decline of America coming. Yeah. Yeah. He actually lived a very long life. He was good. Yeah, unfortunately, you get old and, he was still sharp, but, you can only do it for so long. For 50 years captivated. Yeah, I used to play him on the radio. I mean, it was a news talk station. So he would come on. He has, what did he have? His news thing. Page 2, page 3, that kind of thing. And then he had the rest of the story, which was always kind of fun. Paul Harvey had a gift for making you feel like you're part of the family. It's true. Unlike today's news culture. I'm sure he smoked as well, right? But he still, he did all right. He lived 90 years, 89, 91 years. Pretty good. I think he lost his wife early on, and he always talked about Angel? That's what he called her. I don't know if that was her name or not. Paul Harvey is lover history. Master. Yep. Paul Harvey's radio program, launching pad for the entire cast. To the young, I would whisper the Bible is a myth. This is what he would do if he were the devil, right? To change the United States. I would convince the children that man created God instead of the other way around. I'd confide that what's bad is good and what's good is bad. I would make it legal to take the life of unborn babies. I would attack a family, a backbone of it. That's exactly what the fembots did. I wonder what he would think of the fembots today. I mean, it's 2009. They were still crazy at that point. I wonder if he had anything to say about that. Yes. Zombro, Sandra Fluke. Rush said her parents must be mortified that all she's doing is screwing all It's always incremental, isn't it? Always incremental. Oh, there's Polska tomorrow. Let's go. Let's see. I'll stop sharing so we can see more of you. There you go. How about that?
I'm going to go outside for a smoke break. All right, hamster?
Hey, smoke away.
Yeah, I just wanted to pop in for a second, see how you're doing.
They don't let you smoke in where are you at? Chicago? You have to go.
No, that's been a thing for a long time now. I think since like 2001.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I remember I think in Minnesota, maybe. I can't remember which state, but I think it was that one. That was a long time ago. And some of the bars, what they did was they hooked up these, like they had to separate the smoking area or something. And they put this big fan thing in there because it was a restaurant, right? And so, they no smoking, except if you were in the bar, I guess, or some crap like that. So
yeah, they had the smoking and non-smoking sections. Yeah, that was a thing back in the day before they outlawed it all.
I know we're probably about the same age, but I even remember smoking in movie theaters, right? You could smoke while you're watching the movie. It's like, what the hell is this?
It wasn't a thing when smoking on planes when I was around, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah, smoking on planes. That I still think on some planes you can smoke. I'm not sure which ones, but maybe the international ones or something. I don't know, but
Hamster, you can't smoke on planes anymore. That's just crazy talk.
Maybe it's in Russia or something. The Russians, hey, they probably drink vodka and have and have smokes. I don't know. I mean, imagine in some parts of the. Oh, you're on TV. You're on Turtle. She's live on Candid Camera. Look at that. Oh, there's two ladies out there with you smoking.
We got three.
Three ladies out there smoking.
Yeah, we got a couple of our friends up here.
I'll tell them they're live on YouTube. Look at that.
I'll come back in the bar.
Yeah, well, you don't want to let your buzz.
Hey,
go.
you're on a live stream. Say hello.
Who's that? Howdy doodly doo.
Well, she's happy. That's good.
Yeah, everybody's happy. It's Sunday night at the bar. That's how we do it up here.
Well, Chicago, right? Are the Bears playing yet, or what?
I'm sorry, Hamster. What did you say?
I said, are the Bears playing yet, or it is getting to be football season here pretty quick, I think, isn't it?
No, the Bears will start. Hey, Mr. G, Sunday they'll start.
This coming Sunday. Okay.
How's
the schedule look? They're going to take the Vikings on a couple times, probably.
I have no idea, but they're going to put the jukebox on, so I got to cut out because it's going to cut into the audio here.
All right, we'll catch you later, man. Yep, see you. All right. Anyone else? The Bears. Yeah, well, I mean, it's in Chicago. I don't know where he is in Chicago, but yeah, it is Labor Day weekend. So there's probably some people either out at the lakes and, doing that kind of stuff. I love that skit. Which one? The Bears? Oh, yeah, with Chris Farley. Was he in on that, or that was a Saturday Night Live deal, I think. The Bears, the Bulls. Yeah, the Cubs. But it's always the Vikings always play the Bears. They call it once or twice. And then there's Green Bay, which is always fun. Let me see. Let's look up the NFL schedule. What the hell is my team? Kansas City Chiefs, I guess. National Football League. All right. Let's see. Didn't watch any games last year. That was weird. I don't even know. I mean, I've got the TV hooked. Well, then again, I got the streaming, so I suppose I could do that. I don't know. Got the unlimited package. Let's see. Let's share the screen. All righty. National Football League. You guys watch football? I mean, I like football. Aside from the political shit, I just love watching these athletes, these great athletes, right? They're fantastic. So what do we get here? The Chargers, Patriots and Giants. Browns and Falcons, Raiders, 49ers, Bengals, Dolphins. Let's see. Where'd schedule? Can we get to the schedule, please? Come on. Jeez. How much am I paying for this damn internet? I mean, come on now. Jeez. Well, that was last weekend. Okay, this Thursday looks like first week of the season here. Cowboys and Bucks. And Sunday the 12th. Let's see, who's interesting? Texans, Jaguars. Bills and Steelers. Well, who knows? That might be fun. Vikings and Bengals. Yeah. Not probably very exciting. Packers and Saints, usually pretty good. Patriots, Dolphins. Bears and the Rams. Sunday Night Football on NBC, probably. Let's see here. Let's look at the Kansas City. Where the hell's Kansas? Oh, here we go. Chiefs and Browns. What do they call that? Smash mouth football, right? Yes, I don't know. I don't know what they call it. Oh, my God. Let's see. Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah. I've been by that. It's kind of cool, actually. You kind of drive around Kansas City. It's there. It's big. You can see it. You know, it's a football stadium. Of course you can see it. Dumbass. All right. Who's in what? Where's Kansas City? Got to be here somewhere. Where are they at? There we go. Ooh, that's an arrowhead as their logo there. I don't know, guys. Treading close to dangerous stuff. Yeah, okay. Well, where's the friggin' schedule? I mean, come on. Games, centered roster, depth. What's the schedule? What's the schedule? On 106.5, The Wolf. I guess, is that here? Must be here. Yeah. Where's the... How hard is it to get a schedule? My God. Please. No, just stop. God. My goodness. Could we just get the schedule? Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere here. Let's see. Cleveland, Baltimore, Chargers, Eagles, the Bills. The Washington football team.
The Cleveland Browns hit the road for week 1. What an epic way to start the year off to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs.
Oh, it's trying to load audio.
To make an early statement to another AFC team that believes it.
Green Bay.
I threw it a little too high. I was just
come on.
Out there, but it got...
Jeez. Stop.
Past emo.
Oh, come on. No. Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, that's why the stupid thing was taking forever to load. It was trying to get a video going. I was like, Smash mouth football. Oh my goodness. You're terrible. Let's see. No team. Well, the mid-'80s Bears were pretty good. They the Super Bowl shuffle. Mike Ditka. Zombro, I live in Edmonton. Oh, okay. Alberta. Yeah, way up north there. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming in, coach. Oh, okay. You guys are here. All right. Chris is here. Yeah, come on in. Why not? I've heard me enough. How about you guys? Yeah. Yo, what's up, Chris? I am just fine. How are you?
Not much, brother. Enjoying it. Good.
Just having a little chat.
Good.
Ken Del
Rico. Surprised more guys didn't come in.
Hey, sometimes you just don't have a mic handy. What are you gonna do? Coach Ginger Pill Hamster. Yes. Yeah, that's me. Right, Shinobi one. Yeah. From New Zealand, who grows chicken and other stuff that we won't mention. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what they were saying, actually, Shinobi. And Chris, this jolly heretic was saying we're eventually going to lose the skill to even grow food at some point in the future. Because nobody knows how to do it.
Absolutely,
right?
Dude. Well, I mean, I've spoken to people
all
who
it take
live
is... Go on, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, I've spoken to people who lived in the cities their whole lives, and they flew over farm crops and didn't know what the hell it was. They thought the land was supposed to be cut out that way.
Yeah. I actually dated a chick who was a nutrition expert, right, on food and everything. And she didn't even know what a soybean plant looked like. It's like, what? What do you mean you don't know? How can you not know that? I mean, you know all this food stuff. Ken Gorican. There you go.
Are you ready for some football? God damn it. We are on to the brink of dawn, gentlemen. Welcome to Von Maxwell, the hottest live stream there is on earth. God damn it, shit. How you doing, gentlemen? How you doing? How you guys doing?
I'm doing great, Ken. How are you?
Man, you know, I'm doing okay. It's been a rough fucking weekend, but you know, we gotta hold on for dear life, for heaven's sake. You know. It's been rough. It's been rough around the neighborhood around here. Shootings and all kinds of shit. And Maxwell, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a man that suffers from depression. So, weeks is good, some weeks is bad, some weeks is, how it is. I don't know if you know, but it's a bitch. And, I'm dealing the best way possible because I've seen all kinds of stuff that is weird and bizarre. And I'm kind of a friend of mine that how cold this like, it's just the weirdness is getting crazier by the day. And I don't know how this thing's going to work out because it's just insanity everywhere.
You mean it's like the COVID stuff?
Everything. I mean, the whole world is going nuts, man. Have you guys seen those protests all around the world and shit? And all these mandates and all this stuff,
Well, like I said, today they're bringing in the passport here in the next, I think it's 7 days. On the
Jesus
13th.
Christ.
Right now, and I mean, that more lockdowns is coming as well, right?
Where you at? What part?
BC, Canada.
Oh, you're in Canada. That's right. You're in BC. I thought. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys going through a lot of shit out there, man.
Well, dude, fucking hard enough here on a regular day.
Yeah. And what about Australia? Jesus Christ, man.
Oh man, that's crazy.
That is it's going out of control, man.
Well, yeah, that place is definitely a dictatorship. Like we claim it, but they are definitely it. And I mean, our conservative guy that's been running is just announced today that he's basically going to keep up with the COVID shit as well, where he was running on the fact that he was just going to drop it.
It's so fucking weird. It's weird. It's scary, and not only weird and scary, but it's just like I don't know. I do not know how people actually going to react. Especially living in these blue states and shit like that. I do not know if people going to fight or there's going to be some shit happen. We are in some fucking uncharted waters, honestly. And I'm kind of like worried, but not really of my own reaction. You see what I'm saying? Because, and I'm going to give you an example here. Right here in the state of Washington, they're talking about having people knocking on your door and make sure to be vaccinated and shit like that. And I don't know how I'm going to react. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm going to punch a motherfucker out or put a bullet in a cap and an ass or some shit like that. I do not know. Man. Honestly. It's just fucking weird, man. I'm in a state of paranoia.
I mean, I don't know what's going on. Pretty much everybody.
You just don't know what to believe anymore. And let's not use the words, but you know what we're talking about, right? Right. Because Susan is on the watch, but you don't even know what to friggin' believe anymore, right? You hear so many different stories coming from the government about this and the blue diapers and that. It's like, what the? I don't know.
Well, I know what's happening.
It's absolute insanity.
I know it's obvious what's happening. Okay, let's not be naive about the situation. We know what's happening. We know the people trying to this. I hate to sound like Alex Jones, but he's right. The globalists, if you know these globalist agenda and stuff like that, it's taking place right in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's that commercial that came out not that long ago where you'll own nothing and be happy. That kind of shit. It's like,
well, I haven't seen that commercial.
That's kind of the thing they're trying to push here as well, right? Like,
yeah.
oh,
I
by
mean,
us taking away your freedom, you're going to be happier. You're going to be safe.
well, it's really, really interesting, and I think you don't want to wander off the reservation too much here. Oh, somebody's having a beer. That sounds good.
That's me. This is me.
That sounds good. I do have some. Maybe I'll have one later. But it just seems like it's just a lot of. It's like a power trip. This stuff to see how far they can push people.
No, I honestly, I think they're real. I don't think it's a power trip. I think they're fucking real.
I could see it being the power trip. Because, I mean, when has the government ever done anything for certain reasons and then rolled it back? They never roll it back all the way.
Well, they don't. They take power and then they keep it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's real.
Yeah.
It's not a power trip. It's real.
What I mean is that they're seeing how far they can push, and they're never going to back off once they get to that breaking point. It's just that's the way it's always going to be.
No.
You know?
No. This is the new norm, right? But it's not norm.
It's not a. No. When it started this bullshit with the new norm, it started right here in the West Coast. When I heard this nonsense, just weeks. The first week they locked things down. I hear people say, "Oh, this is going to be a new norm." I was like, "Fuck off."
No.
I want to go to the ball game because I have a gig out there that I do for fun out there on Sundays at the Seahawks Stadium, and the stadium is closed and shit. And I'm like, this is not normal. I'm used to having surfing and doing all kinds of stuff. 70,000 people, 76 actually, 1,000 people run around, scalpers and shit, all kinds of shit, hot dogs and doing all kinds of shit, whores, prostitutes, religious people with their stuff and all that. And I went out there to see my friend who owns a few establishments out there. I'll go out there and help him out. And I was like, no, I'm not taking this normal shit. This is not normal. This is not fucking normal, man.
No, it's not. We're just supposed to. Well, I mean, when this first came out, I mean, understandably, people didn't know what the hell to do, right? Because it was something new and so on and so forth. So you can give them a little bit of break, but they keep going, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're just going to do it for 3 weeks, and we're going to get over it. Get over the hump. And then once they did that, oh no, we got to do it some more. We got to keep the hospitals and you know the story, right? We don't have to reiterate it here. We know.
Right.
Well, exactly, Hamster. I mean, when they started, nobody knew anything. We all kind of took it to face value. But about 6 months into it, the numbers weren't quite adding up. 12 months into it, they really didn't add up, and what you're saying is a lie, or being told is a lie.
Well, I took it.
We're going on 2 years, and we all know this shit don't add up.
I took it 3 months. I say, if this stuff is very deadly, it's very serious, the first people going to die is the homeless. So I give it a 3-month trial, and the homeless was having a good time. The streets are empty and stuff like that. Out here where I live, there's a lot of homeless. And I was like, okay, 1 month passed by, 2 months, 3, and I looked. Okay. I was like, no, this is just something they're trying to pull out of their asses and shit. And then, like you guys fellas said, they keep moving and moving and moving, and now the whole world is chaos.
Yeah,
it's chaos.
Well, I mean, the liberal government here, Trudeau, first thing he wanted to do, just at the start of this, after a shooting in Halifax, right, was remove everybody's firearms. Well, I mean, he wasn't a legal gun owner for one, right? For two, he probably would have gotten less of a distance with the 14 people he killed. Most of them he burned alive, right? Because none of them were armed, right? And he was basically riding around in a mocked-up police car and in a police uniform, right? It only would have taken one armed citizen to stop him, or at least have a gunfight to where, somebody would have said, hey, there's gunfire going on here in the street, right? Would have at least slowed him down. But the liberals' idea is to disarm everybody so that everybody can become the new victim.
I didn't hear about this.
I didn't either.
Really? It was a guy in Halifax. And Halifax went around in a mocked up police car.
In Nova Scotia, yeah.
Or Nova Scotia, sorry. No, it was Halifax.
Nova Scotia, 13-hour rampage.
Yeah.
Oh, we're starting to crack up. Oh, no.
Sorry,
22
that might
people.
be my
I did not
headset.
know that. No, I think it's the computer's getting hotter. It's just being a pain in the ass. I gotta get a fan. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta blow my computer. It might help.
So good.
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, he went on that killing rampage, right?
Yeah.
Driving around in a police car. Or mocked up police car. He bought the car from an auction and then got all the decals and everything thrown on it.
Yeah,
I didn't hear about this one.
A clue that I thought to myself, it was a red flag, right? Because I'm a man that I like to observe a lot of shit, okay? And when I saw all these riots, especially right here near close where I live at, last year, and they did the autonomous zone and all that kinds of shit, and people protesting all every fucking where and shit like that. I was like, you know what? This whole shit is bullshit. Look at all these people congregated with each other and shit like that. And nobody died. You know what I mean? Right there, I was like, you know what? This is nonsense. It's all of it nonsense. It's all an agenda. It's all propaganda. It's all stuff. And, you know, there's certain individuals in the public, they just give me the fucking creeps. When I look at them, it just give my hair on the back of the neck just stand up. And I can only watch like 10 seconds. Is Dr. Fauci, Trudeau, Bill Gates, who else? The mayor city of New York City out there, the cocksucker. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Fauci? No, not Fauci. Bellagio, yeah.
That dude. All these are like 10 these men out there. These people give me the creeps. I can even look at them for 10 seconds because I get this vibe, man. He's a crazy vibe. I'm like, he's just really, you know, I'm like, you never got a vibe with certain individuals that you like. This is something wrong with this person that I don't like about this shit, and I want to stay away from it. And I got a few more right now, but I'm having a beer and I forgot all these folks out there. Names.
Well, it's like, what's your name from Chicago?
Bigfoot?
Yeah.
What is their name? Lightfoot.
Lightfoot. Yeah, Lightfoot.
Oh,
Lightfoot.
my God.
Have you noticed something? Now,
yeah.
Have you noticed something with all these individuals that I talked about? Don't they look creepy? Like they from some kind of alien shit?
Oh, she especially. That one especially.
They look like a messed up project. You know?
Yeah, they are definitely a I don't know, nature gone wrong experiment here.
Creepy.
I don't know. Yeah. It's just
people.
Very fucking creepy. But you know, she was going on last year when the BLM riots.
The chick from Chicago, she's freaky.
Yeah, but she's fucking nuts, dude.
They're all nuts.
I mean,
all of them.
You can tell.
I think
you can tell what politicians are just by her attitude. You know, oh, go ahead, burn down everybody else's, homes and city. But as soon as they went to her neighborhood, oh, okay, party's over, people. Party's over. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All these politicians.
like Newsom in California going to.
That's another one.
Oh yeah. $500 bottles of champagne and all kinds of shit. It's like, wait a minute. What about the lockdown? Well, that's for you little people, not for me. And that's the attitude they put off. They don't even give a shit anymore. They don't care.
No,
the Michigan governor, she's like flying private planes, doing all kinds of shit. Everybody else is locked down. What? What is this?
Yeah.
So
yeah, the politicians can go anywhere, do anything. you know, have parties together and whatnot. And us little guys, we got to sit on our thumbs and tired.
Well, it's just, you know, when Donald Trump was having his campaign, all those things were super, you know, it's only, by the way, it's only conservative stuff. That's a super spreader, right? They were bitching about Sturgis, right? They have the big motorcycle rally up there. Not to say all motorcycle guys are conservative, but, you know, they think, wow, these motorcycle guys are the stump jumping hicks, you know, or whatever, right? Oh, it's a super spreader event. But, you know, Biden does something. No, what do you mean? It's nothing. Everyone was socially distanced and had diapers on their faces. It was great.
Oh, well, God. look at the G7. The G7. Oh, yeah. I mean, they took the pictures, got their photo ops. Everybody's separated, you know, doing their distancing, right?
Yep.
And then as soon as they thought the cameras were off, everybody was all huddled together.
Yep.
No big deal.
Oh, yeah.
They know it's a lie, but it's only a lie for control over little people like that.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know the situation, but I mean, it could be that those people had the jab, so it's probably all right. But I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I can't even follow it. There's so much bullshit, you know, and I don't mean they're bullshitting us. It's just different information that seems to contradict itself, and I don't know. I don't understand that. I really don't.
We used to have a word for that. It was called bullshit.
It's bullshit.
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's horse shit. It's cow shit. Whatever, chicken shit. It's all nonsense.
It is nonsense.
The most beautiful thing I saw yesterday, God damn it. I'm a big football fan, folks. I saw a little piece up there because I was at work on my phone. Virginia Tech in Tennessee, I believe. That stadium was full, 100,000 motherfuckers out there. And I say, God damn it, we are back. Fuck that shit. Let's do this thing. Let's play some ball. If everybody gets sick, let's get sick together. Fuck this shit, you know?
Well, it kind of reminds me of, to some degree, when HIV started coming out, right? I mean, that was guaranteed
tell me about that.
to kill you, right? That was guaranteed. You got that, you're probably going to die. Although some people did get the proper medication, and they're still like, I think Magic Johnson, I think he caught it in the 90s.
Yeah, it was 1990. I was a teenager because I was a big fan of his. It was 1990 when he caught it.
Yeah, and you know, it was obviously not hype. I mean, this deadly disease, and it was killing people, certain folks. So, you know, gay people or drug users, whatever. And you know, there was a big, huge push to, you know, it's gonna, you know, get you and whatever, right? And I don't know how many people actually caught it that were hetero and not drug users. I'm not sure about that. But the big push at the time was that everybody was going to get this, right? And of course, it could have been the conservative Bible thumper type. See, this is God's whatever and blah, 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 you know, whatever it was. But it's a horrible thing, right? But we didn't lock down like this. I mean, I don't know how many people it killed, but it killed a lot of people. You know, hundreds of thousands of people, I think, over time.
Millions.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I mean, it was terrible.
No. See that disease. I was a little kid, okay, when it came out, and I have family members. Actually, I have 2 family members. They died of AIDS, and I remember visiting them to the hospital and stuff like that and shit like that. It was horrible death, but just like you say, right? I remember my mom telling me, do not use the toilet. Don't sit in the toilet in the school, you know, and stuff like that. I remember I was a kid. I was in elementary. I think I was in first grade, second grade, some shit like that. But people did die. They honestly, in the 80s, they died. They really died.
Yeah, they did.
And they contaminated the blood because it was in the blood with blood banks and shit like that. You know, millions of people actually died. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you go donate blood, they still ask you to this day, you know, have you ever had contact with a male? Have you ever paid for sex? That kind of
right. So
have you ever used intravenous drugs that weren't prescribed by a doctor or that kind of stuff? So they're still on the lookout for it, you know, and thankfully I think it's at least somewhat under control. It's not rampant.
Yes,
they didn't know what it was.
HIV.
Right? They didn't know.
Well, dude, in the 80s we barely knew what it was. You know, early 90s, we knew probably just as little. But, I mean, at least HIV, okay. we get that, right? That's proven.
Yeah, I mean, there was
and
typically
years of
excuse me,
testing went
there
into.
was cause. Whoa.
Oh, that crap was
Go ahead.
bad.
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say there was years of testing with that, right? Before they ever started producing drugs to actually not even cure it, just kind of counteract the symptoms.
Control. Yeah.
To control the symptoms. Now we've got Fauci here, who's the main guy behind pushing vaccines and shit like that, who just happens to, be a contributor or whatever the case may be for the start of the virus, right, in the lab to actually produce it, and a shareholder in, what was it, Pfizer? The only one that's approved by the FDA, essentially.
This one I don't know. I don't know that. It may or may not be true. I don't know. I don't want to spread disinformation or rumors, but it's possible. Jeez, excuse me. Oh my God.
See,
yeah, but I mean,
I don't know if I have the liberty to be, to talk here because it's your channel. I don't want you to get in trouble or anything like that.
Don't say too much.
Yeah, I'm not.
Careful.
I'm just gonna maintain. That's why I like Pot being out there, and I can do whatever. I can talk, but. So, certain individuals out there, doctors and stuff like that, with these other individuals, they are well connected with each other for many years. And one of them is Fauci with this other individual who started this software,
we can't go down this road again. So we better change the topic because I just don't want to do that because you will get a channel strike and I don't really need that. So, okay. So let's try something else. All right. Let me put you back on. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Oh, no, he doesn't want to talk. Now he doesn't want to talk. Oh my God.
No, I don't know what's going on.
Well, we can't say certain.
Let's avoid the topic. I'm going to avoid
the
topic.
Just it's easier. It's
easier.
We don't
let's talk about football.
Let's talk about football or something. But I actually brought this story up. Excuse me. Gee.
No, okay. So at least can we at least?
My God.
At least we all can agree the world is chaotic and it's a lot of shenanigans going on. We all can agree with that. And I don't know, have you seen the videos and today's? I only stay on YouTube and watch material. I go to different outlets, and yesterday the whole world was protesting from France, Spain, England, Germany. I don't know. I lived in Europe. For 5 years as a military son, and I've been all around those places out there, and it's just, I think it was a day that they were doing a world protesting, same thing with Canada and stuff like that, and it's a good thing to see a bunch of people together protesting this stuff that is, the agenda that they're trying to push, and I saw like at least 10 to 12 countries just going out there by the masses, like 100,000 here, 200,000 there. And I think it's a good thing that the world is getting awakened.
Yeah, the problem that we have with it seems like a lot, well, I can't say a lot, but it seems like some people that they don't pay attention to these things, right? They don't protest, well, especially the fembots, right? They don't protest anything unless it directly affects them, right? But there are a lot of people are just sleepwalking, man. I was gonna say just one little more thing on this thing. Now, when the HIV stuff started coming out, my mother, and she isn't the sharpest tack, but she still thought you could get a cold by sitting next to a window that was open, right? So there was a lot of mythology going on, and really, that generation, they didn't know as much about this stuff as we have come to learn over time, right? It's just like the diet stuff. you know, the whole 70s with the carb stuff and don't eat butter because it's bad for you. And that they believe this shit, right? I mean, people haven't really gotten much smarter, you know. Don't eat butter. Eat this fake shit that's almost plastic. What? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
The trans fat stuff, that's really horrible for you, and that's what they fed us. That's what they wanted us to eat. It's like, what? Crazy. Go ahead. Sorry, Chris.
Say the good old margarine. Next best thing to plastic.
Don't get me started with the food. Please don't get me started with the food. Because I don't know if you guys know me, but I'm a vegan.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't do it for the reasons you might think. Or you probably thinking, can the reason
anybody that does it for health reasons, totally understand.
Yeah. It's like, because when you say, I don't even call myself a vegan. I call myself a plant-based diet, okay? And the reason I did it, it's just for health reason. It's not about the cows or saving the chickens or saving this stuff. I don't care what people hunt, eat, whatever. I don't care, And these so-called vegans, I despise these people. I really do. I really do, honestly. I really do. I do it for the health because I understand how the food system in the United States has been operated for the last 40 years. It took me a while to understand this stuff, but for it's going to be 4 years now that I don't eat anything that contain animal product and stuff like that. It's not about the animal itself. It's all about the intake of my body.
Yeah, that's totally fine, dude.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Care. I don't care what anybody eats as long as it's not beef, I guess.
Well, I mean, the problem.
No eating babies.
Okay, we don't want that. But I mean, I think it's part of the problem is they try to push it in your face, like, I'm special because I don't eat meat. Blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like people who quit smoking. It's like,
shit.
Oh god,
I fucking hate that shit. I hate, because sometimes they got nice, good restaurants. I go once in a while, like they got a Jamaican vegan restaurant, and you see these people with a purple head and the bamboo earrings and shit. Like, I live right here, man, and all kinds of shit. And they talk the liberal nonsense, bullshit, diarrhea.
Yeah.
And I'm just there. I'm like thinking to myself, what? And they talk about the world and chicken and this and that. I'm like, come on, man. I just want to eat a good Jamaican jerk thing here and stuff like that, like, oh, but they talk. It's just crazy. The thing with the vegans, they're sort of like a cultist. Same thing with the people with the mask. They're cultists.
Yeah.
They're cultists. They believe that vegans are special unit of most of vegans are white liberals in my state.
Yeah.
And they think they are their own special race.
Yes.
No, real shit. They think they're their own special fucking race.
Holier than thou types.
Yeah, they think they're their own special race. They're like, oh, I'm a vegan. Oh my god, go fuck off, literally, man.
Well, we're starting to break up, so I'm going to let Zombro in, but I'm going to boot one of you guys. Who wants to go?
I can go. It's fine.
All right, Ken. Hey, have a good weekend, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Call it again sometime.
Thanks,
right. Let's get Zombro on. Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Oh, it's stupid computer is acting up again, but good to see you. What's up? What's going on?
Oh, not much. I just wanted to say hi and 12 whiskeys put you on your ass, Hamster. That's for sure.
Holy Jesus!
I don't do that often.
12 whiskeys that's a lot of whiskey. Jesus.
Yes. I had a good night last night.
Did you just see fairies or anything, or just?
No, I did dream about battleships. So I built a model all night last night, but and I played a lot of chess. But you touched on something before. I just wanted to talk about how. Remember how when they finished the Verrazano Bridge, you guys were talking about how government never rolls back anything. Remember they set up the tolls. Remember all the tolls, so like the Outer Bridge crossing, the GW, Verrazano, those were all supposed to disappear when they paid for the cost of the bridge. But
right.
You're from Jersey, you know they never went away. All they did was just increase the toll. It's like $8 each way now, something like that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's and I don't know if Big O Minnesota, or is he's from Minnesota? They did the same bullshit they just did it in Colorado as well. Cigarettes, right? They wanted to tax the limit shit out of cigarettes. The whole purpose being you want to help people quit, right? But then what do? They take the tax money and allocate it somewhere.
Yes.
And so when people start quitting because it's too expensive to smoke cigarettes, then they have a shortfall in revenue.
Yeah.
and then they have to raise taxes somewhere else to pay for the shortfall.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that Philly sugar tax. Raging Golden Eagle did it.
Exactly. Yeah, people just went across the Jersey or somewhere else.
Yeah, they just went out of the city limits where the tax wasn't in place, and a bunch of businesses went out of business, and they lost revenue, big time.
Yeah, you're really hard to hear, Zombro. I don't know if it's you or me, but Chris,
I'm sorry.
No, Chris, can you say something?
Yeah, I'm here.
It must be my computer. Okay.
How's everyone?
I'll blow the computer. Hold on. Yeah, I always thought that was
hamster.
That was the crazy shit when the cigarettes, and then it goes to schools or some shit, and then people quit, then they have a shortfall. I mean, it was a year later in Minnesota. A year later, oh well, we have this big shortfall in this funding program for pre-K or something. It's because people quit smoking.
Yeah, and that's what. It's funny you say pre-K because that's what the Philly sugar tax was supposed to help pay for. Pre-K and childcare.
City, I hear easy. Just, okay, it might be me. I don't know. It's stupid computer. As long as you guys can hear them, that's good.
I was going to ask, what was the tax hike on cigarettes back in the, I guess, late 80s, early 90s for you guys?
Oh, God. I think they put $1. I think it was $1 a pack in Minnesota. And I think in Colorado, it's going to be $5 or $7 a pack in tax.
Yeah, New York, I think it was like $6.50.
Well, I mean, Canada's very expensive for smokes too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. A pack of cigarettes that used to be $5.50 is now $21.
Wow.
Yeah, it went up to 12 from the 5, and then it jumped up to 18, and now it's jumped up to $21.
A guy I work with used to smoke 4 packs a day. He quit and he started putting that money aside. In 4 years, he had enough to pay for a new used Chevy Trailblazer.
Yeah, well, imagine now, like I said, that's at your guys' rate. I think at the highest, it's going to be what, like $11 a pack or something somewhere.
Something like that. He lives in Long Island, New York.
Yeah. So I mean, like when I lived in Wisconsin a few years back, I could buy a pack of Canadian cigarettes for $11. Yeah, but that same pack here was $15.
Wow.
Right, and it's weird because beer was the same way. I used to go down and buy like my favorite, most expensive beer, right? And I don't drink a lot, and I never did, but I like one once in a while. And I could get it for like $10 at Walmart, but up here it's like $26 for the same case.
I heard Wisconsin, they have a lot of trouble with people going to the reservation and avoiding the tax by buying it on the reservations.
Well, I know we do that here sometimes with certain things.
Yeah.
If you have a native friend, you're set.
Yeah.
I think they sell the ciggies cheaper on the reservations?
Much cheaper, cheaper. At least in New York they do.
Yeah.
I don't know about Wisconsin. I heard Wisconsin does too.
I don't know about the state because I don't know how your guys' native thing kind of works there, and I barely know how ours really works. But basically, if you're paying $160 for a carton of cigarettes here, which is what it is for 8 packs, 10 packs, whatever it is. If you go through a friend on reserve, it's going to be like $80.
Wow.
Yeah. Not a little difference. You can basically double your cigarettes for the same money.
Got it.
Yeah, these little vape things are like, what the hell do I have here? Hold on. This is Views. I don't know. These are like $20 for 4 of them, I think. I don't know how long they last. I haven't been paying attention, but it's not cheap.
Are you on the vapes now?
Yeah, I vape. Well, this complex here, you don't have smoke. You can't smoke. And so screw it. I won't smoke. I'll just have a vape. Because I suppose theoretically you really shouldn't be doing that, but I mean, you're not hurting anybody. I mean, it's just water. It's vapor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hey, Hamster, I'll jump off so someone else can get on, but I just wanted to point that out before. But,
I know exactly what you mean. It's once it's there, it never goes away.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you in the chat.
Take care. Easy. All right. Thanks for coming by. Yeah. It's
I found vape. Sorry, buddy.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I found vape so harsh. Like I could not use them.
Yeah, it is. Well, I just noticed because I just got done with this last one here. And right when you get to the end, it's really pretty bad. It's kind of icky. But at the beginning, it's not terrible. And all this thing is you basically just you drop it in, and it's like a battery powered thing. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's hard to smoke anyway, but hardly. Just it's kind of nice to suck on a vape or something.
Maybe it's because where I'm a heavy smoker, but
oh, you smoke a lot?
Like when it comes to oh god, yeah, way too much, dude. Way too much.
I just don't. I really even don't miss, the tobacco. Just I don't know. It's just stinky and icky. Yeah. It's obviously it's not really good for you. Ken wants to jump back in. You want to jump back in, Ken? Well, no, I can't. Oh, there he is. All right, we'll get Ken back on. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I was wondering, it's an invitation. I'm about to do a live stream, Podbean, and I would love for you to come over and check out the podcast live stream that I do out there, Podbean, and all the late night crew, MGTOW out here. We want to come with all the fellows out there. I'm about to open it up, and you can check out, and you can jump in, and and we can have a dialogue, free censorship, and all that kind of stuff. It's just an invitation.
Is that on
what
YouTube?
Is this?
It's Socio-political. Socio-political. Put the link below if you're still here, because I cannot see.
It's Podbean, right? Podbean.
Yeah, Podbean. It's called KDR Podbean, and it's the same concept as YouTube. It's a live stream, and people can write comments and stuff like that. Okay. Since you and I and everybody else don't show their faces, and I can do all kinds of stuff out there, and we can talk all kinds of topic with no worries, with censorship and stuff like that, and shit like that,
Yeah, well, hey, guys, go up there.
Okay, Socio-political got it. So I'm gonna be out there in 5 minutes. You fellas out there, you're welcome, Maxwell, to come in, and all you gotta do is hit the button, and you there live. Or as long as you have a headset, you there live, and we can rock and roll this shit. If you like to,
okay.
If you like to, that's it. We have to go to different alternative route.
Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah, well, there's a link, guys. So go up there and check out the Podbean and check out Ken. Maybe I'll swing up there in a bit, and we'll see what it looks like.
Okay, cool. Yeah, right. Try it out, man. And it's a service that I pay for it. It's $13 a month, and I don't mind paying for it. as long as I got the freedom of speech, and anyone, I got folks that call from different parts of the world and stuff like that, from Africa to from East Jerusalem, different parts. You know, it's an open platform out there. You know, not all of them is MGTOW, but we still can have dialogues and stuff like that. You know, I just, that's why I came out here. That's all. You know. So I'm gonna do that in 5 minutes and stuff like that. So you guys, you know, whatever you guys want to do, I'm gonna open up for 5 minutes the live stream. It is crazy. It's bananas. The host is nuts.
Hey, if it's an open invite, I'm in.
All right, cool. All right,
cool.
It is. Yeah, I can host 7 people too. It's pretty awesome. Check it out. Check it out. It's an alt tech, you know, for live streaming.
All right, cool. Well, I guess we'll talk to you in a while then. Huh?
All right, thanks.
Here's the link again. Go ahead and go there and enjoy the podcast. I might join you a little later.
Come on, you gotta come on. You have to come on. Come on, man.
Well, it is like 12:30 here, so it is getting a little bit on the late side. But
you can give 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes out there. Give it a try. Come on.
All right, we'll see. All right, man. Thanks. All right.
Pressure.
All right. Talk to you in a bit. All right, thanks.
All
right. Bye-bye. All right, I just wanted to go over this one here real quick, Chris, and then we can go up. Talk to Ken. Yeah. You guys heard about this, right? Plymouth shooting. Attack could be reclassified as terrorism over Jake Davison's incel links. He claimed this guy was an incel, and that's why he's a terrorist. Have you seen this?
Wait, what?
You haven't seen this.
You got to say that a little slower for my brain to figure that one out.
To absorb it in, yeah. Jake,
this could be the
Davison's
level of
link
stupid I
to
hit.
the incel movement may. Yeah, I know. His link to the incel movement may lead to a shooting spree last week being reclassified as terrorism, standing for involuntarily celibate. The incel ideology, with its hatred of women, has been linked to several mass murders. Of course, you know the one guy in California. We don't have to mention his name. We don't need to give him any press. But
the driver guy?
They always no. That was Angelucci was shot by some dude, some lawyer or something, I think. And this was different. This is the guy a few years ago that stabbed 3 of his roommates and shot some people. You remember ER? What's the guy's name? Anyway,
no,
he allegedly was.
That's a new one.
Oh, you haven't heard of that? Okay. I don't want to talk about who the guy is, but apparently he put together some kind of a manifesto or some shit about how women wouldn't go out with him or whatever. And then he murdered 3 or 4 men and a couple of girls. Just horrible shit. And he left, a videotape or something with him on there talking about how he was, and there was the other one up in, was it Quebec or Toronto, where the alleged incel went and shot up some people, I think. I'm not sure what the guy's name. He went to a school. I think he killed some women. Just terrible shit. I mean, I don't know why. Why would you? It's hard to imagine, because I guess you have to be nuts to go off and start shooting people. I mean, how could you be normal? Who would do that? If you're normal, you wouldn't. So I don't know what the up with these guys. But he killed his, I believe he killed, well, let's see, where's the story? He killed his mother, and he killed a little kid, 3-year-old kid, and her father. And then he shot another man and another woman. And then he offed himself, which saved the taxpayers a ton of money in England. But gee, what the? Oh. So they claim he was an incel. In a statement on Monday, 4 spokeswomen said the decision that this incident is not a terrorist incident was made by the National Counter-Terrorism Network following a referral from Devon and Cornwall police. Status will be kept under review. So he killed all these people. Apparently, he first, his mother. Then he went and shot up some people and then killed himself. But how? And he's an incel. What does that even mean? There's no such thing. It's a false.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That like I understand what they say when they say an incel. All right.
Yeah.
I understand what they're saying, what they're calling them. I mean, I guess that's what you want to call them. I personally never gave people tags like that. I just said they didn't get lucky, you know.
I mean,
but
like I excuse me. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just, that stuff's just trying to link to the MGTOW red,
Yeah, of course.
red pill lifestyle.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all they do that for.
Oh, I mean, I would say in the experience of most men, most of us have been incels at some point, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not like, some of us just don't have whatever it takes and we're not good with women, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I mean, this, I don't know why the guy's an incel. He's not a bad looking guy, I mean, I don't know why incel is the thing they're pointing out. Why don't they say the guy's, he's crazy, he's nuts, he's depressed, something. No, he's an incel.
Yeah.
Come on, please. No, he's freaking crazy. He was crazy. You would have to be to go and shoot somebody. I mean, come on.
Especially
UK
when it
law,
comes
terrorism, use of action, influence any international government organization to intimidate the public. Must be for the purpose of advancing a political, religious, racial, or ideological cause. So how are they linking this to incels? I don't get it. I mean, he murdered his mother. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I don't know why they're making a whoop-de-doo out of this. I mean, obviously the guy he had serious problems. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say this this other guy that was doing cartoons on YouTube. Jeez, I can't remember what it was called, but I think his name's Chris, actually. I mean, this guy just went to jail for raping his mother.
Oh,
right?
Jesus.
And recording it. Yeah. But he claims to be a transgender. Yeah, oh yeah. It's fucking nuts. It's nuts, dude.
What?
But he claims to be a transgender person, right? Which is fine and dandy. He looks like just a nerdy, awkward kind of guy to me, but that's fine and dandy too. But yeah, he raped his mother. He's clearly on that same spectrum as, not being able to, I guess, socialize well, right? And socially awkward. But they never called him an incel. Did he have to kill somebody for it or what?
I don't know. I never heard of this thing oh my God, how sick do you have to be? I mean, to do that crime to anybody but your own mother? I mean, Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
no, I hadn't heard
this
that.
He had this whole fucking weird story going, like she was very responsive to it and stuff like that. Their relationship's gone deeper, some weird shit, Jesus. And this is all coming secondhand based off what people have reported on and what he released. And it's like, dude, this guy's nuts. But he's not labeled himself.
Oh my God, that's horrifying. I just don't even know what to say. My God, that's insanity. I just oofed. Oh my God. Anyway, get back to this story.
I mean, get back to this story. I'd love to hear more about
it. Whoa, that's weird. Oofda. It fits rather uneasily into the way the authorities understand ideology. It seems part of right-wing terrorism.
Oh, here we go.
Being an incel is you're a right-wing terrorist. Are you kidding? I mean, what are they trying to do?
If we're right-wing, does that make us incels?
Go
the other way.
They are changing the language for obviously a reason. I mean, it's anti-men is what it is. Because as I said before, most men at some point have been involuntarily celibate. I mean, women, they have no concept of this. They don't get it, right? Because I mean, anytime a woman wants the big D, she can go get it. I mean, it's simple. You know, you might not get top shelf, but you can get D. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello. Would you like to get naked? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, how would you like to? Hey,
guys do not have
uglies.
that.
Yeah. No, the most guys.
I mean, men can be literally thrown in a warehouse full of women and still come out with his dick in his hand.
Is that I mean, that's just the way, and that's something that women they don't understand, and they're not incels. Women, if they are celibate, it's voluntary. It's not involuntary. But men, on the other hand, I mean, it's not unusual to have a dry streak. I mean, come on. It's just not that easy for men. But I mean, that makes you a terrorist. You see, what they're trying to do, I think, Chris, is they're going to the weirdest, craziest corner of the internet where there are these misogynist type dudes that sit and bitch and all that, right? Fringe.
Yep.
And they're trying to make that mainstream. It's not mainstream. It's just absolute fringe.
Well, I mean, you mentioned Big John there a while back, and that's one of the first people I found as well. I mean, when Big John was put on I think it was a CW report or something about MGTOW, like when it first hit. And they had Paul Elam on there as well. Also another great guy. If you haven't watched any of their stuff, totally go watch it. I think his channel is An Ear for Men. And
Ear for
Tom Dolden. Yeah, and Janice Fiamingo, one of our Canadian girls. They do a channel as well, I believe.
Yeah, that's it's like Men Are Good or something like that. Yeah.
Men Are Good. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So they interviewed those guys, or at least Tom as well, or Paul. Sorry, Paul. And they picked out like the absolute worst light to show them in, even though they were pretty calm for the most part.
Yep.
They picked the worst light to show us in. And anything they can find, it doesn't matter if they've got all the facts. I mean, look at the last person that went on a shooting rampage in a hair salon.
Yeah.
Oh, white terrorist, white leftist terrorist. Oh, turns out he's not white. Retract. Retract.
Yeah. No, I know. And I remember seeing that. That was, I think, Lisa Ling was the lady. And it was ABC. And they, carefully edited to make the guys look as bad as possible. It's kind of like the whole
absolutely
the whole Roosh V stuff with what he was. I don't know if you followed that, but he said something that could be interpreted as thinking something is good, and we won't mention what it is, but I think you know what I'm saying. And it should be legal, is what he said in his column, and that just got him all kinds of bullshit flack. Because because he's obviously a pickup artist, right? He's banging, Iceland or whatever. He wrote a bunch of books and crap. And he said that if that one particular thing were legal, maybe women would be a little more careful what they do, right? And that his point was simply, What's that?
Are we talking freestyle rap?
Yes, we're talking grapefruit.
Okay.
Yes. And he just the shit storm that came down on him. And I mean, I understand what he was saying. I think he's probably said it in a very bad way, very poorly worded. But I mean, it's stuff like that. They will find and magnify that to the point where everybody who's a pickup artist, or red pill, or black pill, whatever, MGTOW, they just obviously the same as Roosh. See, look at what he said about women. I mean, look at this. Look at the story here. Here's ER, who he killed 6 people. By the way, 3 of them were men. Never say any of that.
Nobody cares.
He's an incel, and he killed a bunch of dudes. Yeah, sure. Last month, Trey Genko from Ohio charged for plotting a mass shooting targeting women at sororities and has described himself as an incel. No. No, Trey Genko is not he might be an incel, but he's also nuts. He's mentally ill.
Yeah.
These people are crazy. You don't. Well, you just don't do that. I mean, I don't know.
No, I mean, me and Garuda Ghost had a chat about this a while back. I mean, you have the right to get angry. You have the right to be pissed off at somebody for whatever reason you find valid, and the law is there to stop you from acting on it, right? You weigh out the odds. Well, if I do this, I could get cut and go to jail, right? For whatever determined amount of time. Who knows? In some places, they hit you over the head with a rock. But we were talking about how laws didn't apply to the one gender. You know what I mean? Like if I were to kill my son, I'm never seeing daylight again. It's going to be in every paper around the world.
Yep.
And my name is going to be known. If my son's mother did it, odds are she's a victim. I'm still
emotional
misogynist,
abuse, all kinds of shit. Yeah.
Abuser, yeah. And most likely she'll go walk free.
Well, I wouldn't think so. Maybe just a lighter sentence, but yeah, it's again.
Well, I mean, we've seen so many go free.
Yeah, there have been
so many women have killed their children and they've gone free.
Yeah, I don't know if it's so many, but there's been a number of cases, right? Yeah, that's just like why aren't these people rotting in jail? What are they doing? How'd they get nothing? What the hell? Oh, well, he emotionally abused me. And of course, they've obviously redefined that to include anything. If he objects to something, he's emotionally abusing her. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
If you don't give her free range on spending, you're abusive.
You're abusive. It's just, what the fuck? Well, I mean, it's all part of as Rollo was saying earlier, the gynocentric society where women cannot be held accountable for anything. But they want all the rights that men have, only the good rights, of course, not the dirty, icky stuff.
Only the good.
Yeah, only the good stuff.
Or accountability.
I mean, I guess it's a good gig if you can get it. Yeah, I want all the rights, but none of the responsibilities. Oh, sure. Why? Well, I have a pussy, man. Okay, so does half the world. So what?
Yeah. Jeez. I mean, honestly, I've considered transgendering just on paper.
Kind of like Lauren Sutter did. She's officially a man in Canada.
Yeah, well, there was a young guy here, actually in a nearby town. He put down on his papers when he went and renewed his license that he was a female and got lower car insurance.
Yeah, I think I read that. I remember that story. Yeah, and I mean, there you go. I mean, if you can choose at any time to be considered, I'm feeling female today. It's ridiculous. It's bullshit. It's crap. And I mean, that's not to put down the people that actually have problems and they need to work those out. I mean, we're not talking about those people. We're talking about it's almost like the goth movement at some point where it's like, oh yeah, I'm goth, bro. Right? What? What do you mean you're goth? What the hell is that? Well, no, I'm transgender. What? I'm gender fluid. I'm bisexual, fluid, lesbian, curious. Okay, whatever. I don't care.
Every day is a new gender.
Well, I mean, some of that shit has been kind of dying off here a little bit because I mean, naturally it has to because the absurdity of it. I mean, even the lefties have got to be going, what the hell is this? Because it's garbage. Everybody knows it's crap. Again, not to put down people who are actually they have a problem, but it's just these freaks that are. No. And when Ken was talking about the vegan stuff earlier, you know, all of these things seem to run in packs. Have you noticed? I mean, you know, rarely do you see, for example, someone who's a hardcore vegan who is a Republican, for example. It's always the other side. You know, the hardcore radical fembots you typically don't have voting for Donald Trump, for example. You know, stuff runs in packs. Yeah.
Hey, let's do a thought experiment. Everybody close their eyes and picture a feminist. See who comes up with the exact same details.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same. The blue hair, you got the nose rings,
first
butch haircut.
First thought on my mind: blue hair, overweight, black eyeliner, nose rings, earrings out the wazoo.
Yep. Tattoos, probably more than likely.
Oh yeah,
probably bisexual. Tattoo. You know, had lesbian experience, that kind of shit. I mean, it's the same. It runs in packs. You know, It's like they embody all of the lefty, weird, lunatic shit. Because I think it was Jordan Peterson had an interview with someone. I can't remember who it was. I think it was one of the news reporters. Wasn't the Kathy, what's her face, but it was a different one.
Oh, God.
And he says, oh yeah, whatever her name was, the lady from England, I think. But he was saying something like, it's what did he say? I'm paraphrasing. It was something like, it's frightening to him that he knows exactly what she thinks about everything because she's identified herself as a certain thing, and it's true. Well, I don't know what she called herself. Something. Go ahead. Sorry.
Like you were saying, if you take that same person we pictured when we talked feminists, you don't think feminist Republican.
No.
Right?
You
don't.
Way.
That's not a thought that comes to your mind. So I mean, when you can identify people so easily just based on either how they look, when they have that look, or how they identify, whether it's left or right, whether it's a feminist or not, I don't even know what the counter is for feminists. They fall into a group that you can literally pack in a file. But they say that they're unique and they're special.
Yeah, right.
You're not.
I know.
You're a cookie cutter. You know what I mean?
It's just
stamped out.
Exactly. It's just they're fungible. It doesn't even matter who they are, who their personality is. They have the same. They're all the same, essentially. You got the blue hair. She's going to be a radical feminist. There's going to be a gender fluid thing there. She's bisexual. All that shit. It's the same thing. It's just, it's exactly. It's like they come off an assembly line, boom, 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 and they stamp them out. They're the same. And then, part of that has to do with, I think, indoctrination in school. But what do I know? But
the colleges and stuff. Oh my God.
I mean, there used to be a lady on here, and I can't remember. Oh God, I did a thing with her once. Maverick something. Moderate Maverick or whatever. It was a lady. She was in, I think she was in high school at the time. And she had a little channel. She was kind of center right a little bit on some stuff. I think it was Moderate Maverick. And she went off to, I think it was Brown University or Brown College or something. I am quite certain she became a radical feminist because she's no longer on YouTube. And if she is, I haven't seen her, and I'm sure she's probably not talking about the stuff she used to talk about.
Look
That's all it takes, man.
Before and after pictures. Look at before and after pictures. Oh, this is me my first day of college, and this is me at the end of the semester. Holy crap!
Well, I mean, it's just because it's unfettered. There's nothing stopping. Well, people in general, really. But I mean, women in particular in this conversation, there's nothing stopping them from acting a certain way. They can do anything they want and they get away with it. And that's what we see. We see there's no feedback loop. There's no boundaries anymore. No societal boundaries. The church is gone. Nothing. I can do whatever I want. I'm a woman. And they go off and do it. And nobody cares. And then when men say to them, we don't want somebody who's been a garden tool. Wow, why are you shaming? No, it's just my preference. Oh, no, you're shaming me. What?
Yeah. You're a misogynist. Like I said, misogyny thing, I've heard that so many times, it doesn't even affect me. Yeah. People calling me a racist on a daily basis. Okay. You're a leprechaun. Where's your gold?
Yeah, whatever.
We're basing our info on each other.
It's just so ridiculous at this point. And I just you don't even know what to think sometimes anymore. It's like, what do you mean I'm a misogynist? Why? Well, you expect women to be home in the kitchen. They always jump to that bullshit, don't they? Well, you must be against women's rights. It's like, no, absolutely not. I'm 100% for women's rights. I'm just not a feminist.
Not only that,
because that doesn't mean that doesn't mean women's rights anymore.
You're not even allowed to find certain women attractive.
I know.
What you find attractive, it doesn't fit the profile of somebody. Well, you're a misogynist.
Right. Yeah. Like that clip we played a little earlier. There's one guy's like, she was like, oh yeah, he's got to be tall, 6-pack abs, 10-inch dick, all this shit, good skin and all that stuff. And he says, well, I kind of prefer my women, on the smaller. Oh God, why are you shaming people? It's like, where the fuck does this come from? I'm not
No,
allowed to have a
walking only goes
preference.
one way.
I mean, Jesus.
No. As a man, you are not allowed to have a preference, nor are you allowed to ask anything of them, nor are you allowed to be a man anymore, and take care of your household, your domain. That's all just trash we have to throw away because women are so much happier when they live with male feminists, right?
No, they're not.
Okay.
No,
they're not. Why do most
I mean,
a study was done like a couple months ago. Most leftist women still date right-wing men.
Yeah. I mean, there's absolutely
don't-
nothing wrong with women wanting a bulked up dude. So what? That's fine. The problem is there's a shortage of them. See, that's where the troubles come in.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there's only, I think it's 14% of the population of the country is over 6 feet. That's
I think
it's not very many.
I think it's lower than that, isn't it?
I'm not sure what it is, but it's some percentage, right? And
It's
yeah,
not a
sure,
big
it'd be nice
percentage.
it'd be nice to have tall, dark, and handsome, but there's only a few of those guys. The absolute, how do you say, the unrealistic expectations that all of these women are going to find these tall, dark, and handsome Italian-looking dudes. They're not that many of them. There just aren't.
Well,
and that's why Chads get to play, right?
Why do you think there's so many 40-year-old women right now that are dying alone?
Well, I think
the standards are too high.
I was just watching Taylor the Fiend, and he had, some of these interviews with women. Oh, I've just got divorced, and I didn't think it. And it was, who was the other one? Oh, it was Texting Prince. He had some older ladies on there, and they're, the same song and dance. Oh, women, and the man, they don't want to commit. And they flake on dates. And it's like, geez, do you know what you used to do when you were 20? Lady,
yeah,
you did the same thing, if not worse. I mean, how many times have people flaked on dates? I mean, that happens all the time.
That's just it. Men are now waking up. Like, who was the guy you did a piece on? A guy who spent like what, $5,000 or something in a month or so of dating, and got nothing to show for it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was. He actually got a lot. He went out on like the 100 date guy or whatever it was. Yeah, he spent all this
something
money
like that. But he went out on regular dates where he took them out to dinner or a movie or something like that, and had nothing to show for it in the end but a huge bill. And right now, the ideal date is coffee somewhere in the park on the beach, and if nothing clicks there, see you later.
Oh, I mean, that's what
$3
that's
and
what,
maybe
exactly half hour time, right? Well, I mean, that's what Coach Greg Adams, he's been advocating for that for a long time. Mini golf or coffee, something, none dinner, none of that bullshit. And because it's expensive for one thing, and number two, I mean, for both people, men and women. I mean, if it doesn't work, you got to sit there for an hour and a half, and you know what I mean. So it's uncomfortable. It's just easier to hit it quick, have a coffee or get a drink or something, and then maybe set something off if it seems to it might be something. But what do I know? I mean, I haven't asked the woman out for like 15 years, so what the hell would I know?
I've gone out on a few dates in the last 4 years, and I have to be honest with you, most of them were a complete waste of time. Waste of time, and that's at the coffee thing. You couldn't get her attention for 10 minutes without her being on her phone. So
yeah,
right
that
there,
would be,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, that would absolutely drive me insane. If you're sitting there with someone trying to have a conversation, they're on their damn phone. I mean, come on. Can we just not? Can we talk, I mean, what the hell? What's the point of going on a date if you're not even going to freaking talk? I mean, it's stupid. You're just wasting your time and your money.
Hamster, if you had to do this sitting at a dinner table, you're kind of stuck there. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's right. And then
you're going to likely pay for her food. And they still expect that.
Well, it's just,
right?
Oh God, yeah. It's this whole as they tend to get a little older. Well, where have all the traditional men go? Dates and all this stuff. It's like you women for 2 or 3 generations, you said, no, we don't want any, we are on our freedom and all this shit. Now they want the guys to, no, not going to happen. You know, I especially.
Not only that, but there's still. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
I was going to say there's still, you know, openly admitting that they're using guys just for food.
Oh yeah.
To this day. Just for a meal ticket.
Why not?
Yeah. Hey, fuck.
You know, he pays for dinner.
Whoa, you're breaking up bad, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
You broke up really bad. Yeah.
Sorry, the computer is pissing. I just said. I can't remember. Oh, my daughter. I said, hey, I'd go on, you know, foodie day. Why not? You know, oh, I could never do that. Right. I'm just not like that. I said, okay, you know, and she eventually did, but you know, you get into college, it screws everything up. But my point is that, you know, women have been getting a really big free ride for a long time, right? They think they have something special between their legs, and they don't. They really don't. You know,
nothing that every other woman doesn't have.
Nothing that half the exactly. And plus with the freeing of the, you know, loosening of the morals and all the hookups and all this crap. I mean, it's not like it's that special anymore. It's there. You know, I mean, even me, if I wanted to, it's it'd be 1 o'clock. I could probably go find a bar and pick something up if I had to. You know, probably wouldn't be very top shelf, but I mean, I could. You know, it's out there. It's free, somewhat easy, but you know, for average guys, it's not so easy. But you can do it if you lower your standards pretty far. You know, if you just want to get it wet, you could probably do it, right? So my point being is that absolutely. I have to spend all this friggin' money on you, and you're not even going to put out. What? I mean, what do they think going on a date is? It's to get laid. I mean, come on. Can we just, you know, stop the garbage here? Right?
Kevin,
go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Are you familiar with Kevin Samuels?
Oh yeah.
I believe you had mentioned him. Yeah, well, he's
Kevin
done
Samuels.
2 points to this story. He's done like, if you go out on a date with a man, you now owe him. You know, you know, if he's done everything in the book to make this date a pleasurable date for you, you're technically in like, let's see that. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. But you're in debt,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, he's also said it this way: if a man's time has value, right? Because that's time he could be using to continue on, you know, building up his finances or whatever. This guy that spent all that money on the 100 dates, how much money did it actually cost him in time? It would be better for him and cheaper to go rent it.
Oh yeah.
I can take $250 out of my wallet right now, drive to Kelowna, and in 10 minutes have a 25-year-old perfect supermodel. Might be addicted to some crack, but hey, that's not my problem. Right? She services me for an hour, she leaves, I come back home.
Yep.
Done deal.
Yeah. It's probably
$250 in gas money.
It's probably why. Well, there's a couple of different aspects to the whole, you know, selling it kind of thing. One is that if it were made legal, the value would go way down, right? It wouldn't be 50 or 100, $200. It'd be $25, right? Because there'd be so many people willing to do it. You know what I mean? Excuse me.
Look at OnlyFans.
What's that?
OnlyFans is prime example.
OnlyFans is, and then once it's saturated, then they don't make any money, right? The few, I guess, early adopters made a shitload, but then you know, and then you get these sort of average-looking chicks, you know, with their underwear on. I mean, who's going to pay for that? You know, nobody's going to. You know,
well, exactly. There are tens out there making money off of it, absolutely. But when a 3 at best goes on there and it's like, I only made $600 in 2 years. You're a 3.
I mean, I've seen.
What do you expect?
I've seen some of these sugar babies or whatever they're called, sugar girls.
Yeah.
Some of those chicks are not very attractive. You know what I mean? They're just not all that. all that in a bag of chips. Now, there's a reason, probably because the ones that are attractive, they don't have to do that. They're getting all kinds of shit thrown at them anyway, right? That's probably part of it, I would think. OnlyFans effect was $50 a month and not $5 a month. Oh, yeah. I don't. Who knows? But of course, the fembots don't want to legalize that because then there would be absolutely, excuse me, absolutely little value for men dating. Why would you? I mean, if you're just looking to get some of that and it's legal, hey, go. You know what I mean?
They've legalized it in some countries and they've done very well.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, is it Amsterdam where it's legal, I think?
Well, I think in Sweden it's legal too, isn't it?
In Germany, maybe. I'm not sure which countries, but I think Amsterdam is known for the red light district and all that. Right? You go pick your woman out.
It's like a red light district, but they have an area where they drive in and it looks like a car wash. You don't leave your car. It's hilarious. Really.
It's like going to McDonald's. I'll take a redhead, please. Okay.
Well, no, apparently you pick her up somewhere else and you just drive to this place that's just like, it looks like you're driving into a car wash next to other days. It was a bit strange. But
where was this at?
At the same time, I mean, I can't remember. I think it's like Sweden or Iceland or Greenland, one of those areas, Scandinavian areas.
Really?
It was a bit strange, but the way she described it made sense. I mean, here they legalize prostitution, but don't legalize the actual purchase. Right?
Okay.
So she's not doing anything illegal, but I would be.
Oh.
And we have escort. Right?
Okay.
So as long as you bring an escort to a private residence or private, not a public area, which the side of the street and your car is considered public area, but a private home. If I got an escort to come here, whatever we negotiate, because I've only paid her for her time, whatever we negotiate for that time is completely between two consenting adults in a private residence. And no hotels do not count as private.
Yeah, I mean, I think theoretically, I think in Las Vegas, prostitution is illegal, but then you have the escort girls, right? That essentially you get around it the same way. I think that's the way Vegas is, but I'm not sure about that. I'm sure in every big city it's probably like that. Well, you could get somebody if you wanted to.
Isn't it outside Vegas limits?
It's
legal, and that's why you have the bunny ranch and stuff outside the legal city limits.
Correct. Yes, it's the bunny ranch is in Pahrump, I think, and that's where I don't know if you listened to Art Bell at all a long time ago. He used to be on the radio, but that's where he set up his. I think it's Pahrump is where it is, but that's where Area 51 is and all that stuff out there. But I'm not sure. Well, you know what? Now we have to find out, don't we? We got to find out.
Do.
Where is it? The bunny ranch.
If I'm ever legally allowed back into the U.S., I want to pay a visit to the bunny ranch. Put it on James Maxwell's tab.
There you go. Moonlight Bunny Ranch in Mound House, Nevada. 6 miles east of Carson City. Oh, maybe that's a different one. Because Las Vegas is, Las Vegas is here somewhere. Yeah, okay. The sign found outside the Moonlight Bunny Ranch. Oh, I'm sure there's, as long as you're outside of Vegas, I think you're fine.
There's
in Nevada.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple out there. Other than there's obviously the Bunny Ranch, that's the more well-known one. But there is another one, and I do believe she was on an interview with a couple people, and the guy from the Bunny Ranch was on there as well. But it basically was talking about Vegas and prostitution and gambling and things like that. But it's not legal or illegal here technically, and there's loopholes and everything where it is illegal. Right. But I call an escort agency and have somebody come out here. I have to pay the extra for the distance, but it's just as legal if I go pick her up on the street corner and bring her back here. Right. I've just paid her for time. What we do is legal.
Well, I mean, is, in reality, is dating really the same thing? Really, you're paying for dinner, you're paying for drinks, you're paying for, I don't know.
Yeah, but at the end, there's no guarantee at the end.
Well,
that
there's
you're
no
gonna
guarantee.
fuck
That's
with
right.
that.
Yeah. But I mean, if there is
Um,
the happy ending for everybody, I mean, you're really theoretically you paid for it, right? Kind of. Not necessarily
Same
a
thing
cash
about marriage.
transaction for the one thing, but
Well, Terrence Popp broke down marriages the best way he could. Price per stroke. So,
yeah,
I love those.
Those are pretty good.
Oh
yeah.
my
Jeff
God.
Bezos, $69,000 at the thrust or whatever. It's like, oh God, yeah. I mean, if you look at it that way, it really isn't worth it, is it? It really isn't. You could just go
I mean,
hire one at the Bunny Ranch and have a day.
Yeah, like marriage was not worth it at all. I love my kids, and I'm glad I have them. But the fact that they've been used against me, not worth it. If I could turn back the clock and never would have touched her. Never. And I mean, you can bring home a date and end up in jail the next day, whether she was willing at the time or not.
Oh, I mean, it's just that's where this. It's not just a slippery slope, man. It's an avalanche. I mean, she can say anything, and she is believed at this point.
Yeah.
Even if everybody said yes, you signed the papers, you took pictures, you took all that stuff. All she has to do is say, "I felt pressure to," something like that.
I was under duress.
You're done.
Under duress. Yeah.
I was under duress. I felt intimidated. Blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah. A working girl is never going to pull that. Never. Not only that,
well, I mean,
the stereotype. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say they could, but they probably wouldn't. But yeah, they could. In theory, they could do that.
They could, but they wouldn't be part of an agency for very long.
No, that's true. That's true.
No matter what these agencies tell you they are, they're still just pimps. That's it.
Yeah.
They're a call center pimp. That's it.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? We've all heard the stereotype. Oh, I wouldn't sleep with a prostitute because they're dirty. Well, I've picked up chicks in the bar and met people in the bar who couldn't count how many guys they had in them. Like literally couldn't physically come up with a number of how many. And when I knew them, it was at hundreds, right? In the time I knew them. So how is the prostitute whose job is literally what's between her legs and you're just giving it away for free? How is she dirtier than you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble hearing you, Chris, but I think I'm going to wrap it up. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. It is 12.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
It's 1:15. So yeah, I probably should wrap up and hit the hay here. So, all right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well,
all right, talk to you later. Yeah, I couldn't really hear Chris. He was breaking. I don't know if it's my computer. Might be. No, it's not terribly hot, but okay. We'll just run through the story real quick and then we'll sign off here. I don't know what the heck that is. Oh, God. Jeez. All right. So this is in England. We had a shooting that they're saying is linked to incels because the guy allegedly was an incel, which is, as the discussion me and Chris just had, voluntarily celibate. Because if you want to, you can get, in many different ways, you could find something like that. So it says here, the incel movement is a small but growing concern to police in the UK. Involuntary celibate online subculture. Again, here they're going to the weirdest corners of 12chan somewhere. Oh, look, there's some men on here saying stupid shit. Well, yeah, I agree. They are saying stupid shit. They do not speak for all men who aren't getting pounded, right? That's what they want you to believe. Oh, yeah, see, all these guys are the same. No, they're not. I just noticed that in our culture. It seems like the generalization is crazy. Oh, here's one so-and-so guy over here that did a certain thing. So all those guys are like that. It's like, what are you talking about? That used to be a bad thing, right? Remember back? Well, you don't because you weren't alive probably. But back in the 60s, and I mean, you could even look at the movies in the 60s and 70s. Almost always the bad guy was a black dude. I mean, it's so racist to even look. It's like, oh my God. Just about everyone in a Clint Eastwood movie is a black guy, the bad guy. It's just terrible. But the idea with, all this, racist stuff and racial things was you can't just look at a black man and just automatically assume he's a criminal. That's crap. It's not true. And it isn't true. But here we are. You're a white guy. You claim you're an incel or you go on a red pill website. Well, clearly he's a terrorist. It's like, what are you talking about? So it says involuntary celibate online subculture involves men who express hostility and extreme resentment toward those who are sexually active, particularly women. Extreme hostility. Really? Okay, maybe they do. Keyboard warriors. I don't know. I don't go to those places and I don't care what they have to say. I do care when some of these nut jobs start doing stuff like this guy, killing people. I mean, come on. Again, how does this tie into being an incel? The guy's nuts. You don't get a gun out and shoot people unless there's something mentally fucked up in your head. You're missing. You're not playing with a full deck if you're doing this stuff. I'm sorry. I mean, you could be anything. You could be an XYZ. Oh, he's part of that cult, huh? No, he's nuts. Jesus. Increasingly part of a squashed down set of extreme ideologies also includes Satanism and the occult, as well as an interest in Satanism. Okay. I mean, if you want to believe in Satan, that's your business. Why is that's a cult now? Okay. The movement first became violent when so-and-so stabbed 3 dead and shot another 3 fellow students at the University of California in 2014. And he left a manifesto and all this other stuff. In a YouTube video revealing he carried out the attack because he could not secure a relationship with you know what he also has in common with the other guy in England last week or a couple weeks ago? He's nuts. He's insane. You don't do these things unless you got something loose upstairs. I'm sorry. There's something wrong with you. Okay? I don't care if he claims he was an incel, if he was a whatever, a JXYZ. What? It doesn't matter. You're nuts. There's something wrong with you. If you go to this extent and you start killing people, there's something wrong with you. Doesn't matter. Oh, he's a Christian, for example. Oh, yeah, see, all those Christians are... No, he's nuts. There's something wrong with you. The misogynistic incel movement has now been associated with at least 6 mass shootings and the murder of 46 people in the U.S., including this idiot here. So Jake Davison repeatedly spoke about incels in a series of videos shared online. We're not going to go there. Although saying he did not classify maybe, himself as an incel, Davison talked about people similar to me and had nothing but themselves. 22-year-old shot and killed 5 people, including his mother and some random people, a little 3-year-old kid, and he did off himself, saving the taxpayers of England a ton of money. Recent police investigations in the UK prevented 2 men linked to the incel movement from taking violent action. Well, that's good. I'm glad they caught him. That's good. Anwar Said Druich from Middlesbrough was jailed in March last year for collecting bomb-making chemicals, explosives, and knives. He had used the password killer on his mobile phone and told a friend he wanted to launch a massacre. Again, what's the common thread here, guys? They're nuts. Police were called in by a chemical supplier after the guy bought 10 kilograms of ammonium nitrate. You can just buy that? That's weird. Okay. Paying $200, 200 pounds on 14th August last year. Inquiries into the purchase show it was the second purchase of the chemical, bought weapons such as a knuckle duster. Is it like brass knuckles kind of thing? Handcuffs, full face balaclavas, full face coverings, I guess. 2 wireless firework firing systems with an electric fuse. 1 Facebook message. He and a friend discussed the perceived hardships in life, and the guy said he wanted to end it all. Okay, so he's suicidal, right? Which is, some people have that problem. They need mental help, okay? They need help. He said, "It's fucking humiliating. I have no hope with girls, man. I might as well be a ghost to them. It's pathetic. It feels like there's hardly any point trying to. I want to massacre this place, man. Jesus." Any warning signs here? Anyone? Do we see anything here? Yeah. His internet browsing history showed that the dude had accessed an incel website on the day before his arrest. What the hell is an incel website? I don't even know. Okay, where's that on 12 or 14 chan somewhere? Yeah, probably. Didn't they take all the Reddit stuff off that had to do with RP? I think they did. And viewed a post with the title, oh God, Jesus. Again, we have mental illness here, people. Earlier this year, Cambridge University maths, also jailed after he bought a copy of a bomb-making manual on Amazon. Well, I mean, how stupid do you have to fucking be? Hey, I'm going to buy me a bomb-making manual. You think anybody's going to look at you when... Oh, Jesus. Not only crazy, but stupid as well. Oliver Bell from Wimslow, Cheshire, had said he wanted to go... Oh, God, here, mentioning this stupid fuck's name in California. Jonathan Hall, the terrorism watchdog, last month referred to the threat from terrorism becoming more blurred, where it is hard to distinguish between what is conventionally understood as terrorism and what is not. Well, when you start calling guys who don't have girlfriends terrorists, yeah, I suppose it does get blurred, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah. He said there were considerable difficulties in identifying whether desires to kill expressed online, particularly when expressed by the young, will translate into acts of terrorism in real life. If there is an ideological component, and I think there may well be one, it is a nihilism which seeks the end of days. It has something akin to the revolution of the unhappy or the beta uprising oh, God. Carried out by incels or involuntary celibates. Okay, so now we have 3 insane people. 2 of them, fortunately, were stopped from doing any stupid shit. These people are nuts. I don't care if they're incels, they're volcels, they're not cells, they're this, that doesn't matter. They're nuts. They're crazy. All right, you guys. Hey, Chris, thanks for coming on, man. Let's try it again next weekend. I think it's a lot more fun when I'm not drunk, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'll be the first to say it. Yeah, I mean, Fat Dog says, bomb making, is that in the FBI Amazon bookstore? I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to even fathom some of this shit. I wouldn't even know. Why would you? I mean, everything you look for on Google or whatever, someone knows, right? So if you start doing stupid shit like that, somebody's going to know, and that's probably how they found it. This guy was planning on doing some bad shit, and good. I'm glad the police in England earned their money and got these guys. It's unfortunate the first guy, they didn't, but at least he did himself. Unfortunately, 4 other people had to go too, and that's terrible. Big O Minnesota. Big Omen. Code for yes. Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's just like it's something very, very similar to this movement about the critical things you may have heard of. The fact that you deny it means that you are, right? It's a Kafka trap. Same shit. They're going to say, well, you don't have a girlfriend, you must be an incel. It's like, no, I'm not. Well, obviously you don't have a girlfriend. Well, unverifiable. You can't. Oh, God. But I mean, at least you could see if a person has a girlfriend. You don't know if somebody's critical, right? You deny it and you are. How does that work? You deny it, you are. You admit it, you are. So you are. If you're a white man. It's insanity. Explosives are not all used for evil. Yeah, I mean, there's some people that do, like stumps. If you're a farmer, you get a stump out of the ground, you put a little boom in there and then get rid of it. I mean, yeah, of course. Yes, I do. Bigomin. One fast act. Similarity between both. Oh no. All right. It is 1:28. I think we're going to go up and see Ken Rican on his Podbean. Where's the link here? Let me show that again. Oh, there it is. Go up there and maybe I'll check in there and see what's happening. Podbean.com/PAPBB. Okay, well, there it is. All right. Okay, guys, thanks for coming. We'll have a good week. Enjoy your day off tomorrow if you have one, and we shall see you later. Bye.